Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser, Ellen Gamble. What's up, my friend?
All right, what's up, Marty, is we're looking out live over the Parkway East outbound, and it looks like evening rush hour has started off there in terms of the delays. So you're backing before the Squirrel Hill Homestead interchange because of a stoppage of traffic. Just got off the phone with state police, and they are saying rather that the tunnel crews are working to clear some icing conditions out of the outbound Squirrel Hill tunnels, and because of that, you have that traffic stoppage. So just be prepared and leave extra travel time as you are headed there, and we'll certainly let you know as soon as the traffic there begins to move. Once again, the inbound ride coming from the eastern suburbs is just slow at Edgewood, Swissvale, and traffic is moving into the inbound tunnel there. Parkway West inbound has delays for you right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp as you head inbound toward the Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Another very cold afternoon. We'll see plenty of clouds, not much sun, the high 23. Partly cloudy this evening. Cloudy overnight with a bit of snow toward morning, low 13. Cloudy and very cold tomorrow with snow at times, accumulations of a coating to an inch, the high 22. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It may be winter outside, but inside the Monroeville Convention Center, it's golf season. The Pittsburgh Golf Show, presented by Dominican Republic Has It All, is February 21st through the 23rd. Shop, compare, and save on golf equipment and accessories. For tickets, go to PittsburghGolfShow.com.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
It's the Big K Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest 3 stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Here with my wife, Christine. Dramatic discussions going on right now at the University of Pittsburgh. Why? Potential cuts in funding for research, medical research, life-saving research. How dramatic? Worst case scenario, 6,000 potential layoffs, 35% of the research staff could walk. This announcement of these cuts, the Musk stuff, the Trump stuff, has folks freaking out. And folks particularly passionate about cancer research are trying to determine what the hell they'll do with this profound threat to the health of cancer patients. That's a direct quote from the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. We are fortunate enough to have their CEO, Dr. Anders Kolb, live with us. Dr. Kolb, good morning, Doctor.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having us, and thank you for framing the discussion in very real and local examples of what's happening. The threats to UPMC are the same that we're going to feel across the country. So it's a great way to start off this conversation.
Well, Doc, your news release says they are irresponsible and dangerous when applied to life-saving health care and research. Elaborate, please, sir.
Yeah, less funding means less research. It means fewer clinical trials and slower progress. And, as you highlighted, medical centers like University of Pittsburgh and the scientists there, the institutions, they're not going to be given the time to adapt and respond. So they're going to have to make cuts to people, to jobs, to clinical trials that really fundamentally affects the life-saving research that helps patients every day. And, the rationale provided for these cuts oversimplifies the problem. Yes, we need to talk about how we fund biomedical research in this country, but we need to have constructive conversations about how to do this. The proposed cuts aren't dollars that simply are given to universities to keep the lights on. The reality is that when adjusted for inflation, the NIH budget has been flat for more than 20 years. At the same time, research is getting more and more expensive, and that's because we are using techniques and equipment and data today that we couldn't have imagined 20 years ago. So to cover the cost of these technologies, universities use NIH dollars to fund infrastructure that maximizes shared equipment, personnel, cost sharing, and creates efficiencies that save money. This is not waste. And this infrastructure is what makes the U.S. a leader in biomedical research. We should be proud of that. We should be proud of our position in the world. We should be proud of the lives that we are able to save through science and through progress. And yes, again, we should be talking about the cost of research and how best to fund innovation, but we shouldn't do it under duress. We welcome the discussion, but what's proposed is it's not a discussion. It's an arbitrary and dramatic and devastating cut to biomedical research.
So, Dr.
It's going to have immediate effects on patients.
You're with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So give us an example, a specific example of how this cut in funding is going to make a difference for your organization.
So Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is not funded by the federal government. We're a volunteer health organization. We raise our own dollars. We're here as an advocate for patients and families. And how are these cuts going to? How are they going to affect patients and families? It's going to affect patients and families because they're not going to have access to clinical trials. There are researchers at the institutions. You had mentioned UPMC. They're not going to be doing the research anymore. They're going to get laid off, or they're going to find other places to do their work. Access to innovative care today is going to be limited, and the creation of innovative care tomorrow is going to be delayed.
Hey, Doc, I had cancer, and several immunotherapies were used in my treatment. And the vaccine that was developed for my cancer, HPV, now millions of children's lives are protected because they have that vaccine, including my own kids. If this happens, as you state in your release, this current course threatens the lives of some of the most vulnerable patients, does it not, Doctor?
It does. It does. You know, the immunotherapies are one of the most amazing innovations in the last 20 years. These therapies cost billions of dollars to create. The research that supports them goes back 20, 30, 40 years worth of funding and support. And now we've got to make sure that patients can access them and that patients have the ability to pay for these therapies. They're not easy to give, and they can be quite expensive. All of that is dependent on the infrastructure that's supported through the NIH, the infrastructure that's supported through our public funding of healthcare as well through Medicaid and Medicare. Disrupting that system abruptly is going to hurt patients.
And Dr. Kolb, I think there's some confusion of where the money goes. Some people say it's fat or it's extra. They don't need all this money. But explain to me how this money is part of the research and paying for the researchers who are coming up with these innovative therapies.
Yeah, researchers don't own the lab that they work in, and oftentimes they don't own all the equipment that they need to do their research. Research is difficult to do. It's expensive. It's getting more expensive, and the NIH support for research has been relatively fixed over the last 20 years. So institutions have created an infrastructure that saves money, that reduces costs, that makes research more efficient. So that's where some of these dollars are going. They go to the labs, they go to the bench science, they go to the researchers themselves, but then a portion goes to the institution so that the researchers can be efficient, can be effective, and they can collaborate and save costs in the end. All of this accelerates and drives progress.
Dr. Kolb, who's the CEO of Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, here's what I hear all day long, Doc. To hell with them. Make big pharma pay. They make billions and billions of dollars by overcharging us for drugs. Make them pay for this damn research. I hear that. People are bitter about this, sir. What do you say?
Yeah, I don't think there's a villain in the system. I think that the academic foundation in the United States is among the best in the world. And it exists because the NIH has been so intentional and so smart about how they have invested their dollars over the years. Discoveries in academic labs at institutions like UPMC, they are taken up by pharma, and pharma is able to commercialize it. But pharma can't do that without collaboration with academia. But it also costs billions of dollars to develop and commercialize a drug. We should be having conversations about how to make this better, but we can't do that by starting with dramatic cuts to the process.
Doctor, it's a pleasure. Really, really appreciate your courage and standing up and speaking out. It's really important stuff. They're freaking out here right now, sir. You can imagine 6,000 possible layoffs.
They do great work. You guys, the University of Pittsburgh's been a leader for a long time, and it's a community that needs this support. So I appreciate you shining a light on the issue.
All right, Doctor, we'll talk to you again. Appreciate you. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser, Ellen Gamble. What's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is the Parkway East is our hot spot here this morning as we look out live. The good news is from our earlier report, traffic is now moving once again on the Parkway East outbound. But for a time, crews had closed down the outbound Squirrel Hill Tunnel to allow for removal of some ice in that area. So traffic is moving, but the backups look like an evening rush hour for you. So as you're heading through downtown and heading outbound, eastbound on the Parkway East, you're getting in line after you pass the Forbes Avenue off-ramp. So right where the on-ramp comes up from Bates Street and the Oakland area, you round the bend there and you're in stop-and-go traffic the whole way up to the outbound Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Inbound ride is fine, just a little bit of a delay there at Edgewood Swissvale as you head inbound toward the Squirrel Hill Tunnels. Parkway West inbound, a little bit sluggish for you right around the Banksville on-ramp before the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Carlos is my man from Greater Pitt Tree Service. I mean, we're good friends. He's done trees in our yard, trees in my neighbors' yards, trees in family members' yards. Why? Best in the business. Best pricing, best labor, best professional service I've ever seen in my life. He's on a job right now, and he does free jobs for World War II veterans. Amazing, amazing man. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-290-7510. That's 800-290-7510. 800-290-7510.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Pennsylvania's statewide tobacco-free recovery initiative supports your local radio station and reminds those in substance use disorder recovery that learning tobacco-free coping skills improves the chances of long-term recovery by 25%, and that more than 70% of Pennsylvanians in recovery believe these skills are helpful to both recovery and mental health. To learn more, visit TobaccoFreeRecoveryPA.com or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Sponsored by the Philadelphia Department of Public Health.
Hey, it's Dan Zangrilli on behalf of the Legion Community Federal Credit Union. 2024 was a banner year, and 2025 is off to a terrific start because the Legion Community Federal Credit Union is growing, and they're proud to announce the opening of their newest branch on Cochran Road in Scott Township. Just like me, nearly 25,000 Western Pennsylvanians call a Legion Community Federal Credit Union home. So shape your future with a diverse line of highly competitive products from a Legion Community Federal Credit Union at legionfcu.org. Federally insured by the NCUA.
A trial is 99% preparation, and nobody prepares better than us. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
My friend Susan, and she's a friend, she's a dramatic Republican. Always hyperbole for her. He sounds like anyone who would be trying to fend off the loss of his job. I sent her a text. You have a truth filter sometimes. He has nothing to do with NIH funding. He is not funded by NIH, Susan. Start with the truth, and then we'll listen to the rest of your whatever it is. Until you understand the facts of this, that without this research, the drugs don't happen, and the trials don't happen, and people die. Just facts. Until someone in your family is dying from cancer, and the immunotherapy created at Pitt saves their life, then you say, cut them all, until it affects you, Susan. Meantime, so we spent a lot of time yesterday on this pothole situation. And, honey, you're very aware of what happened. It was actually very tragic, in essence, this woman crossing Fifth Avenue right where Carlo is. We've driven this 100 times.
We've driven it. We've walked by it when we go eat pizza there. Yeah, it's a mess, that street.
And we eat at Shuli's. We've seen that street.
Yeah.
We've seen the cracks and the madness on that street. Massive potholes. This wonderful woman crossing the street falls face down.
Well, she trips on the pothole because your foot catches and when the ground's not level, and she was elderly.
And I raised hell about it. And then your boy picked up on it from KDKA TV.
Yeah, Barry Pintar.
Barry did a hell of a job.
The woman had to go to the hospital. It was so bad.
Yes. And at the end of the day, finally, someone shows up. Luciano, good morning.
Good morning, Marty. Good morning, Christine. How are you?
Hi.
We can smell the pizza through the phone, brother.
Oh, it's cooking.
All right, my man. So you kind of laid out for us when you saw this woman fall. It was horrible to see, was it not?
Yeah, her laying there was just, it's a disgrace that it should never even happen, number one. Number two, I mean, an elderly woman, any elderly person should not, it's hard enough for them to get around as it is, but to fall in the street and just to be laying there with blood, it's very sad.
But finally, after we raised all this hell, and that's why this happened, let's not kid ourselves, right, Luciano?
Right, correct.
Finally, crews show up, and you saw this happen. What went down? Kind of describe it for us.
They showed up last night. My brother called me around 7 o'clock and said Public Works had a truck out here, and they patched. And then this morning when I came in, it was around 8:15. They had two Public Works trucks out there. Great guys. I went up to them, told them thank you for patching the potholes, and they're appreciative. I mean, they want to do their job. I mean, you could tell that, and they knew what was going on. They said, it's sad that a lady had a fall. I said, absolutely, it's sad. I mean, they patched the holes the best they can. I mean, it is 20 degrees outside, but we got to stay on top of this. And this stretch for 3 blocks or so, they got to, when the weather breaks, something has to be done, because patching, it's only putting a Band-Aid over it. They have to step up. There's a lot of foot traffic, and with the sidewalks being closed across the street with the building that Pitt's building, this is the main crosswalk to get from one side to Fifth to the other. for 2 blocks.
Wow.
So you have students, you have Montefiore, you have Kaufman Building, you have Children's next door to us. You know, there's a lot of people using this crosswalk, and they should paint lines. There are no lines. They're so faded. It's a very dangerous intersection, and I will honestly...
It's a half-assed mess right now. Let's be honest, man. It's a half-assed mess, isn't it?
Yeah, this has been going on for 7 years on this corner.
Right on. It's annoying. And by the way, you said something important. The men out there working this morning actually give a damn. They work their asses off. Their bosses don't seem to be organized or concerned or compassionate like they are. Were they complaining about the media coverage? Were they complaining?
No, honestly, they weren't. They were, you know, they understood. You know, when you see someone get hurt, it's a whole different, you know, ball game. You know, that's one thing that, okay, you hit your car, you know, pop your tire. That's not great at all. But when someone physically gets hurt, it's a whole different scenario. And they understood. I mean, they were like, you know, the potholes are everywhere. I said, I understand it, but not in a crosswalk. And they said, yeah, we're right on. And they pounded that blacktop in there, and they pounded it in as much as they could. But that's only a temporary fix. And honestly, there's going to be more to this story, because I'm going to get in contact with Port Authority, because they have their bus lane here. This needs fixed.
It does.
Because it's adjacent to our sidewalk, and it reflects on my business and my name, because my name's on the front of this business.
Well, your brother sent me video last year. Same crap, man. Massive pothole right across from that one. Cars are blowing out tires. Insane. Ridiculous, irresponsible behavior by the city.
Yeah, it's this between these 2 blocks, between McKee and Kraft, and we're stuck in the middle at Halkett. It's just been a nightmare, and I hope they change. I mean,
one of the most traveled streets in all of the city. I mean, you would think there would be some sort of easy system for people to, you know, tell the city just by, you know, filling out some form online that would then prioritize where they need to fill these potholes. But clearly there isn't.
Right. Nothing at all. And this has been going on for years here. Nothing has changed. But, I mean, this time something's going to have to change, because people are getting injured.
Completely agree. If you find that woman, brother, let me know, please. We got to help her.
I'm working on it. I asked a couple people. If I hear, I will definitely let you guys know.
You're my man. I can smell the pizza through the phone. Your brother's making them right now.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we are. Thank you, guys. You guys have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.
They're wonderful people. It's a wonderful business, but he makes the ultimate point. There's no way in hell that should happen.
It's ridiculous. It's a true public safety, and that is one of the number one things, responsibilities of a city, is to keep its people safe.
And there's no way a woman should have to be that injured, and we should have to raise hell about it for 12 hours to get a crew out there to fix that. There's no way. That's ridiculous.
Lacina Drapery and Blind Factory, 60-plus years as the area's best and most trusted name for all types of custom window treatments. Family operated for 3 generations. Low factory direct prices. 412-665-4900 or go to lacinadrapery.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds, through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at HIMS.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to HIMS.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. I love NASCO, and my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're working year-round. So while it's wintry outside, this is a great time to get your roof project going with a free estimate from NASCO. They're the region's roofing leader. Roofs are all NASCO does, and they're the only company I want on my roof with an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. NASCO's skilled teams exceed expectations. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on materials and labor. NASCO, 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000. That's NASCO.
From the Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 15 and overcast at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The Pittsburgh School District will continue its legal fight over a property reassessment in Allegheny County. The district plans to appeal in Commonwealth Court a ruling last week throwing out the lawsuit aimed at forcing the county to reassess all properties. In Thursday's ruling, the Common Pleas Court judge said the school district does not have the legal right to sue the county over reassessment. First National Bank has opened its new headquarters in the Lower Hill District. The FNB Financial Center is in a just-finished 26-story building at the intersection of Washington Place and Bedford Avenue. First National says the state-of-the-art building is about 70% occupied. It has touchless entry, floor-to-ceiling windows, a cafe, a fitness facility for employees, and outdoor space as well. Women face racial disparities in the care they receive after a mammogram. KDKA Radio's Tamira Rush has more.
Despite similar availability of diagnostic technologies to women of different racial and ethnic groups, significant disparities were seen in who actually received same-day diagnostic services and biopsies after abnormal mammogram findings. New research by the University of Washington found that black patients and those who live in a relatively lower median income were less likely than white patients to receive same-day biopsy at a capable facility. Same-day imaging makes a difference in a patient receiving treatment fast if they're diagnosed with breast cancer. The U.S. Preventative Services Task Force recommends that women who are 40 to 74 years old and are at average risk for breast cancer get a mammogram every 2 years. Tamira Rush News Radio, KDKA.
Someone in Westmoreland County has won $500,000 playing the Pennsylvania Lottery's Cash 5 game. The ticket worth $500,000 from Tuesday's drawing was sold at the PT Stop convenience store on Route 130 in Irwin. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 132 points at 44,439. The Nasdaq is down 67 points, and the S&P is down 8. KDKA Radio News Time 1032. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Butler Transit, connecting people to places.
Are you commuting this winter from Butler to Pittsburgh for work? Give the bus a try. Butler Transit Authority offers morning and afternoon service between Butler and Pittsburgh. One-way fares start at just $3.87. Grab a comfy seat, hook up to the Wi-Fi, and save on gas money. Visit butlertransit.com for route information, schedules, and park and rides. It's affordable and safer to ride the bus.
Check this out. You know, JK's my man. He's the restaurant king in Oakmont. Calls me yesterday. Says, Marty, Tuesdays at the lot. 4 p.m. to close, the lot at Edgewater. Gorgeous, gorgeous restaurant. All you can eat crab legs. Unbelievable. Snow crab clusters, salad, muffins. Delicious. All you can eat. One price. This place is unbelievable. The lot at Edgewater. You know who loves it? Mark Sorreo from Oakmont Bakery. Don't tell anyone.
Are you tired of buying new shoes because of pain and discomfort in your ankles, knees, hips, feet, or lower back? Maybe you don't need new shoes. Maybe you need high-quality support in your shoes. That's where the Good Feet store can help you, like Teresa.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed. I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. Cowboy boots, running shoes, walking shoes, flat shoes, heels. Makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store.
Live the life you love. Come to the Good Feet store today. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, in Morgantown at Suncrest Town Center, or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are proudly made in the USA. Come in and take a free test walk today.
College sports hold a mythic place in American culture, but sometimes the drama off the court overshadows the action on it.
The higher-ups are concerned about one thing, and that is avoiding scandal.
I'm Margot Gray. On the new podcast, Campus Files, we cover everything, including some of the biggest scandals in college sports. Listen to and follow Campus Files, an Odyssey original podcast, available now on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Man, I've been through a cancer battle, and UPMC saved my life, and it's just the truth, and I rave about them. In a very, very difficult time historically in healthcare, in a very, very stressful time for patients, doctors, staff, everybody involved, it ain't easy. But my sister is going through pancreatic cancer treatment at UPMC Hillman. And every single day runs into very, very stressful situations. And every single day they handle it in an amazing way at UPMC. They handle it like no one else handles it. UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information, lifetime of helping people. I love it. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up, my friend?
All right, thanks, Marty. For the past half hour or so, the Parkway East in both directions near the Squirrel Hill tunnels has been a bit of a mess. When we talked to you last time, the outbound tunnel had been closed because of ice removal by the tunnel crews. Traffic is moving there again and just slow for you past the Squirrel Hill Homestead interchange as you make your way to the outbound tunnel portal. Then they had the inbound side closed down for a bit. Backups now greet you at Wilkinsburg. Between there and Edgewood Swissvale is where you're in the really slow stuff ahead of the Squirrel Hill tunnels on the inbound ride. It's just been within the past few moments that side of the tunnel has been moving once again. So leave a little extra time for your travels there. Parkway West inbound won't cost you too much time, just a minor delay inbound before the Fort Pitt tunnels outbound toward the airport is a good ride. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Remaining very cold the rest of today with plenty of clouds and a high of 23. Partly cloudy for a while tonight, then cloudy late tonight with a bit of snow toward morning, low 13. Cold tomorrow with snow at times, accumulations of a coating of an inch, the high 22. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hi, Paul Alexander here. In the last 10 years, the weight loss industry has seen it all. New medications, fad diets, sculpting, and still, Awaken 180 continues to stand alone as the proven solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, halfway through the week already. How about that? It's a Wednesday. We'll bring you up to speed as to all that's happening here. 2 to 6, Colin Dunlap, KDK.
All right, so I'm sitting here looking at this social media post, and I'm here with my wife, Christine. And, honey, let's read through this. It's the post, which went out on all social media platforms, so X and Facebook and Instagram and you name it. And it says Anthony Queason. He was arrested. He stabbed to death a police officer who, quite frankly, was jogging in the morning. And usually after his jogs, he goes home and sees his daughter. And
he was on the Montour Trail, which is one of the most popular biking, walking trails in the area.
Yes, and ripped apart his family, has little kids and a wife who we ended up running into at a restaurant who's devastated, obviously. And so this guy gets arrested. Let me say this, too. He had an insane background of mental health issues. I mean, serious, legitimate mental health issues.
Well, he was found to be unhoused, right? Okay.
So this goes out on social media this morning. Anthony Queason was placed on the following unsupervised custody status. Halfway house on February 19th, 2025. And then another memo says, won't be constantly supervised. If you're a victim, call this Vine link. So if you're a reporter or a cop, because several cops sent me this, you're freaking out. Why? You're thinking, what the hell is this guy doing in a halfway house? Because you can walk out of halfway houses. It happens every day. It happens all day long.
Right.
How did he end up there? And who the hell granted this? And it's scary. And this was brought to my attention from one of my boys.
And to point out, just to make clear, it's not true.
No, that's what we're getting into here.
Yeah.
Mad Max.
Good morning, Marty.
So when you see this, and by the way, several cops sent it to me as well, it's disgusting, it's unnerving, and it's a bit frightening when you see this come across this morning, right, sir?
Well, I did not see that come across on social media. That was a link sent to me directly from the VineLink database that alerts you to when an inmate gets released from ACJ. So I got actually a direct text message from the VineLink database program. That's where that came from.
So that's why I got it from a lot of law enforcement folks.
Right. So I saw that come across this morning as I was getting ready for work, and I'm like, what the heck? And then, I texted you, and then you said, no, that's not accurate. And then I'm like, well, this is, I got it from a legit source. So come to find out, he was transferred out of ACJ, but he was transferred, and I don't want to name the facility, but it is a
hospital. Why not, Max? Come on, man. It's all facts.
Okay, all right.
It's all paper record. Go ahead.
So he is at Torrance State Hospital, so it is a supervised facility. So unlike a halfway house, he won't be able to just walk out of there. So he is under constant supervision. And I did talk to somebody in the administrative office today, and she was very nice and helpful. And so basically, not this person, Anthony, but in general, people are transferred out of ACJ there for what's called capacitive restoration, which is an interesting term, but that is just basically making sure somebody has the mental capacity to understand the charges that are being brought against them, and that they can go through the trial process.
So we understand this, though. He was declared incompetent. That's why he ends up at Torrance. A judge declared him incompetent. That's why he ends up there. Continue, Max. Thanks.
Yeah, and if people don't know, Torrance is specifically for mental health and substance abuse.
Yes.
Right. So I guess, maybe there's going to be some type of attempt to, air quotes, rehabilitate him to some capacity where he can, stand trial and he will no longer be mentally incompetent. I don't know. I mean, that's what I get from what I was told from the lady I spoke to. But, yeah, it was a little unnerving to get that text this morning. And again, you talk about it all the time, Marty. These people that are violent offenders that are, they're in and out like a revolving door. And then who's the next person that's going to get stabbed, shot, or beat up or whatever it is? So, but, just to put everybody at ease, he is in a facility that is supervised, and she assured me there's no way he would get out of here, until his trial date. So,
and let me say this. When we first broke this story, and you were involved in this too, Max, he has a significant history of mental illness, and oftentimes he was kicked from jail and ended up homeless in a tent when he pops out and decides to stab a cop to death, quite frankly.
Well, that's a fact.
That's right.
That's a fact. It's unfortunate. Had he been, in a situation where he wasn't in a capacity to do that, that officer would still be alive.
That's right. And Max, by the way, Max has harped on this with drug rehabilitation and alcohol rehabilitation and mental health treatment. For once, we can say, and I want to thank the judges that helped clarify this morning, quite frankly, with insane due diligence at a really early hour. He's where he needs to be, where a lot of these psychopaths who are sitting in the Allegheny County Jail and end up getting kicked and they hurt somebody should be today. So at least we can say this, Max. For now, in this case, the system worked. And quite frankly, Eddie Borkowski, who's an amazing judge that I love, denied this guy bond. And then the folks at the jail made sure that once he was found incompetent, Max, that they put him in a secure facility where he's getting this, what do you call it, restorative treatment? What is it, Max?
Capacitive restoration.
Wow. It's fascinating.
Yeah, fascinating stuff.
But the danger lurks, and it's persistent, and it's constant, and it's a massive problem, is it not?
It is. It is. So,
Mad Max, you're the best, brother.
All right. Take care, Marty.
It's frightening, actually. And the fact is that, and Max pointed this out when this happened, along a trail where we have talked about, you don't go there anymore. Don't run there anymore.
Oh, of course.
Don't walk there anymore.
It's scary. And you do, and a lot of the trails where there were people who you just didn't know what kind of mental condition they were in.
This guy was in a tent, living along the trail, came out of the tent and stabbed a cop to death who was jogging in the morning, and left behind a beautiful wife and beautiful children who have to survive and try to thrive without him. And he should never have been out of jail in the first place. But for now, for police officers sending me this note, now Max explained why that message went out.
Right. That does make more sense now.
It does.
But still, it's very confusing.
It is. All right, folks. We've got to make sure that those who are a threat to others, there's pictures Patrick has up of his family when this happened along the jail trail. In fact, Patrick, you've ridden your bike along there many, many times, and it got sketchier and sketchier. Did it not, sir?
Oh, yeah, the jail trail, especially before it was recently cleaned out, had gotten really unnerving. Around 5 o'clock, as soon as the sun starts going down, it would get really sketchy over there because some people would move into shelters, but the ones that didn't or weren't allowed in the shelters were the ones that were hanging around in the tents.
And if I recall, this guy was ambling and rambling, didn't know what he did, was detached, was psychotic. I'm not defending the fact that he murdered a cop, for God's sakes. But I'm telling you, and as one of my boys sends me a note, they need 5 more hospitals like this.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a horrible scenario. But at least he's in a treatment facility right now. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is the Parkway East is an interesting place to be today because of icing conditions inside the Squirrel Hill tunnels. And as crews have had to shut down the tunnels, both outbound and inbound over the past hour, briefly, of course, the backups have ensued. Parkway East inbound is very heavy for you right around the Wilkinsburg interchange as you make your way to the Squirrel Hill tunnels right now. The outbound ride is just a little bit slow as you go past the Squirrel Hill Homestead exit. So things getting back to normal there, but it is kind of slow. So consider that in your travels. Penn Avenue in the city of Pittsburgh getting a lane restriction starting today through Friday for utility work. Crews will have the restrictions in both directions on Penn. Between Shady Avenue and East Liberty Boulevard, they're working each day between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Hey, folks, this morning I want to talk about my favorite family-owned construction business, the 3 cousins at C&S Cousins Construction. Local guys, Sam, Steve, Calvin. They keep working right now through the winter months. If you're looking to winterproof your home, new windows, doors, siding, even a beautiful new outdoor living space built in time for summer, deck, porch, patio, call them now. Just mention Get Marty, 10% off your entire project. C&S Cousins Construction, 989 Cousins. 989 Cousins. So, I talk Bowser all the time and how much the Bowser family has meant to us just in terms of cars. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Bowser cars right now, 4 Bowser cars. And it's amazing the service. It's amazing the sale. It's amazing the kindness. Fine, they take care of the Griffins. You would assume that would happen, right? So a friend comes to me, a young lady, desperate for a car, had an old beat-up Honda. True story. I sent her to Bowser looking for a Subaru. They had a dozen lined up within an hour. She went to Bowser. They gave her the best deal she'd ever seen on a car, and she called me crying. She was so happy about the salesman, about the service, about the pricing, and about the effort to make her happy, to put her in a Bowser car. I love them, folks. Why wouldn't I? They're absolutely amazing. Bowser gets it.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-885-1010. 800-885-1010. Again, that's 800-885-1010.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Hey, love is in the air. And I'm here for Universal Windows Direct. I'll tell you what, if you're not in love with the way your home feels, you got to get Windows from Windows Direct. Why? Buy 2, get 2 free. Unbelievable opportunity. No interest on financing for 3 years, which is amazing. 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credits.
Don't keep putting it off. Ignoring home repairs won't make them go away. If it's drafty windows, overflowing gutters, rotted trim, or that dreaded leaking roof, PJ Fitzpatrick can take care of your home repair project right now and save you thousands of dollars before it turns into costly structural damage. This is the time to call the home repair experts at PJ Fitzpatrick. No job too big or too small. They'll fix it right the first time. Visit trustpj.com. That's trustpj.com.
Hey, Colin Dunlap, KDKA, 2025 Pittsburgh Polar Plunge is the coolest event of the year. I'll be jumping in a bunch of cold water. So come chill. Acrisure Stadium, February 22nd. Make a splash. Support Special Olympics Pennsylvania athletes all at the same time. Every dollar raised helps support vital sports health and leadership programming for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Parking lots open at 8 a.m. Plungetown also features music, food, activities, and much, much more. Visit yinsplunge.com to sign up today.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Sue from Maryland asks, our high-yield savings account that was earning 5% has slowly gone down to 3.75%. We have roughly $250,000 sitting in cash. I'm wondering if we should look at investing in a CD ladder or some other type of semi-liquid cash account. This sounds great to me, Sue. I've got no problem with a CD or a bond ladder, or maybe a mix of both. And here's some good news for you. With the Fed basically hitting the pause button on rate cuts, your savings account rate should not be going much lower anytime in the near term.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
At Progressive, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
All right, rather a disturbing developing story happening right now in the city. I gotta play this. This is actually unbelievable. Cops headed to this Friendship Academy. Listen.
A call for child abuse. It's at Friendship Academy, 255 South Nagley, between Coral Street and Friendship Avenue. Could be at the lobby entrance. The program supervisor or the principal is advising one student got mad at another. They posted new photos and videos of her in a shower in a group chat. There's at least 2 females involved. They're under the age of 15. It occurred yesterday. Just be advised, per Zone 5 command, I'm going to send you another unit because it says send 2 units on all calls to the Friendship Academy due to the propensity for violence at this location.
So there's several things that are insanely unnerving about what we just heard. Number one, the incident they're headed towards. Number two, this is a school where kids are supposed to learn. Number three, that she said a propensity for violence. So think about it. They got to send several squad cars to go to a school where kids are supposed to learn. My man Mike Fisher, Pittsburgh Scanner. This, my friend, is unsettling at best, is it not, sir?
Marty, what's going on over there at that Friendship Academy? I'm just like, wow.
Right. This is supposed to be a damn school, right?
Yeah.
So the best
it
we
must
can
be hard
determine
being
is the descriptive you sent. What is it? Sounds like a charter school. Is it?
I'm looking it up here. It says it's through the Watson Institute and that it does include mental health services for students who need them. It looks like it's, I'm not sure, but based on this description online, it looks like they might focus on kids with serious emotional and behavioral challenges.
And 5 to 21 years old, so that's a big array of ages too, right,
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, especially the dispatcher said it's under 15, so that's child porn. That's a felony.
And also, what was unnerving is they said there's a propensity for violence at this school, so they're there all the time, so much so that they had to send several squad cars.
Yeah, there's a note on the premise hazard on that location to send more than one. They sent a couple, I think.
Thanks, brother. It's very unsettling. Appreciate you, my man.
All right, Marty, bye.
Well, and it brings up the issue of sexting, too, which is such a problem for kids.
Horrible.
Being taken advantage of online with photos being sent around. It's very dangerous.
And also, there are parents out there that have kids there, and this is how they're learning? Listen to this one more time. This is scary.
A call for child abuse. It's at Friendship Academy, 255 South Nagley, between Coral Street and Friendship Avenue. At the lobby entrance, the program supervisor or the principal is advising one student got mad at another. They posted new photos and videos of her in a shower in a group chat. There's at least 2 females involved. They're under the age of 15. It occurred yesterday. Just be advised, per Zone 5 command, I'm going to send you another unit because it says send 2 units on all calls to the Friendship Academy due to the propensity for violence at this location.
So all calls, they send at least 2 units because of the violence at the school. Go ahead, Patrick. Were you going to jump in, buddy?
Yeah, so I'm reading the description on their website here of what they do there. So from the Watson Institute page for Friendship Academy, Friendship Academy offers students a school-based partial hospitalization program that tells you probably residential, that provides intensive psychiatric treatment during the day to children and adolescents.
Yeah, they have a lot of different programs with that and the special ed, outpatient behavioral health. So,
and I'm trying to register and connect the dots. Were they videotaping people in the showers there? Do they live there? I don't know this.
It could. It wasn't clear in that call.
All right, folks, we'll stay on it, but the cops are on their way there and very unnerving. And what is particularly disturbing is they say this happens, they have problems there a lot, and they always have to send 2 police cars, which raises the issue. If the police are wary of going there, I shouldn't use the word wary. If the police are concerned about what happens there, what the hell? If that's when they hear a call that they know it's trouble, what the hell? There has to be some sort of control, some sort of stability. And as Patrick noted, and as Christine noted, children with disabilities, children that may or may not have serious psychiatric issues are also being treated there and may have been exposed to disgusting videos of them in a shower posted on social media in a group chat. All right, we'll stay on that, folks, and provide you new details as soon as we hear them.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Brought to you by ServiceMaster of Greater Pittsburgh, Demand, the Yellow Van, McVeigh Plumbing and Heating, and by Butler Transit Authority. Online and on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
I went to high school with Bob Tootie from Tootie Mechanical. So I've known him, 40 plus years? His business is insane. Tootie Mechanical. The service is unbelievable. The professionalism is unbelievable. And the help, man, they've put 400 free furnaces in homes. Tootie Mechanical is the best for HVAC I've ever seen in my career. They're amazing people, amazing service. Tootie, 412-771-4100. Call them.
Hey, Colin Dunlap for Window Nation. This February, you can miss Groundhog's Day, President's Day, even Valentine's Day. Well, don't miss Valentine's Day. But don't miss your chance from Window Nation to save 60% off all style windows. Pay nothing for 2 full years only from Window Nation. Offer ends February 28th, so you're going to want to schedule that free in-home consultation right now. 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION. WindowNation.com. Window Nation, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Receive a pair of Penguins tickets with a purchase of a house of windows.
Happy birthday to us. 2 surprises for you. 2 surprises from NordVPN. 2 surprises for you.
Celebrate twice as much with NordVPN. We have a special birthday deal. Get 72% off and a coupon for up to 1 year free. NordVPN is rated as excellent on PC Mag. Visit NordVPN.com and discover one of the most advanced VPNs in the world. What are the benefits? Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. Receive alerts if your email address leaks to the dark web. Reduce the risk of phishing, scams, and malware with NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro tool. Encrypt your online traffic and browse with more peace of mind. Get the special birthday deal at NordVPN.com. Additional terms apply. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 16 and overcast with a Rio Field temperature of 8 degrees. 11 o'clock now. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A dog and its owner helped to save a man trapped in his car for 15 hours in Lower Borough. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
86-year-old Larry Conklin was suffering from hypothermia Tuesday morning after spending the night in his crashed SUV with no phone to call for help. Thanks to a stranger and his dog, he was rescued. Michael Totolo, who was out walking his dog Oliver, came across Conklin's Jeep behind Hillcrest Drive in the country club 200 yards off the roadway and were able to call for help. Authorities responded and found Conklin responsive inside but showing symptoms of hypothermia. A drop in blood sugar is said to have led to the accident, according to his daughter. Oliver, the 2-year-old mini doodle, began barking, and thanks to his response, he and his owner helped save Conklin. He was taken by ambulance to Allegheny General Hospital and is said to be doing fine. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
The man who was gunned down Tuesday morning in East Hills has been identified. The medical examiner's office says 44-year-old Conrad Rozier died after being shot in the chest. Police say it happened during an apparent robbery in the 2300 block of East Hills Drive. The Police Bureau's Violent Crime Unit is investigating the killing, and charges have been filed in a Bethel Park shooting last month that left 2 men in critical condition. Allegheny County Police say 47-year-old Seth Zimmerman shot a man in a home on Chesbrier Drive on January 30th and then shot himself. There's no word about what led to the shooting, and Zimmerman is now facing multiple charges, including attempted homicide. Nearly 80 million people from the U.S. borders with Canada and Mexico are under extreme cold advisories and warnings today. In Montana, that's routine, but in the Lone Star State, not so much.
We're going to be seeing temperatures sub-freezing well into Texas. At one point yesterday, there was an 80-degree temperature swing from North Texas to South Texas. Now today, almost all of Texas is in the Arctic air, and they will stay there for tomorrow as well.
CBS's David Parkinson says more than 100 cold record temperatures are being set around the U.S. An exclusive announcement today on the Big K Morning Show. The 100th anniversary Shop and Save Westmoreland International Air Show is scheduled on June 21st and 22nd. Airport Authority Executive Director Gabe Monzo says they're expecting huge crowds.
We say about 100,000 people witness this every time we have a major air show, and this is going to be a big one.
And Monzo said the Canadian Forces Snowbirds will perform at this year's air show. Fish will be stopping in Pittsburgh during their summer concert tour. Popular rock band from Vermont scheduled to perform at the Peterson Event Center on Tuesday, June 24th, and general ticket sales will start on Friday, February 28th. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 173 points at 44,383. The NASDAQ is down 51 points, and the S&P is down 9. KDKA Sports tonight. Knock visits Avonworth in the Whippeal Class 4A playoffs. Coverage of the high school basketball game of the week starts at 6 with countdown to tip-off. College hoops, Nebraska is at Penn State. Cincinnati visits West Virginia. Duquesne is at home against Fordham. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. With 45 years of experience and thousands of five-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. 16 now, overcast skies in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Tom Kelly's carbon fiber mountain bike. Because more than riding his carbon fiber mountain bike, Tom loves telling people about his carbon fiber mountain bike. Friends, family, even a local barista knows about his carbon fiber mountain bike. And that's why Tom's carbon fiber mountain bike, if you haven't heard about it, is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation.
solution. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up, my friend?
All right, thanks, Marty. We have reports of a vehicle fire. This in Oakmont. Do watch out for the first responders headed to the scene on Halton Road near the intersection with 10th Street as they work to deal with that. Elsewhere around your mid-morning commute, late morning commute, if you will, you have some delays on the Parkway East inbound, slowing you right around Edgewood, Swissvale as you make your way to the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Just a heads up, crews have been stopping traffic in the tunnels from time to time, both inbound and outbound at Squirrel Hill, to remove ice in that area. So haven't done so for a bit here, but the delays remain. Parkway West inbound is moving well all the way from the airport area into and through those Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Another very cold afternoon. We'll see plenty of clouds, not much sun, the high 23. Partly cloudy this evening, cloudy overnight with a bit of snow toward morning, though 13. Cloudy and very cold tomorrow with snow at times, accumulations of a coating to an inch, the high 22. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Just like in the field of athletics, it's all about teamwork, and the team at Coons Market is there every day prepared to bring you top-quality groceries along with friendly, courteous service and prices that will always be reasonable. So, hey, our team wishing your team the best of luck. And remember, whether it's game time or any time, when it's time to enjoy good quality food at reasonable prices, visit Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
Hey, most homeowners remodel their bathroom once, so make it truly stunning with a custom glass shower door from Boulevard Glass and Metal. They're going to work with your contractor to create a custom-fit shower door that adds elegance, style, and value to any space. Sleek, durable, and designed just for you. Enough with the shower curtains. Ask your contractor about Boulevard Glass and Metal. Do not settle for ordinary. Upgrade to extraordinary. BoulevardGlassandMetal.com.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Elections have consequences. It should be a T-shirt or a bumper sticker or a tattoo or whatever the hell billboards, but it became reality here in the last week or so. What do you mean? What do I mean? Because tens of thousands, forget that, hundreds of thousands of people got their tax bill. And now they're screaming and yelling, what the hell happened? Well, what the hell happened was you voted for Sarah Namarato. You didn't vote for Joe Rockey, and now you have a far-left progressive. And that's what happens. And when people don't vote and they don't care, they don't give a damn, and now the taxes are in, they want to kick her out of office. That's not how it works. It's not. We're stuck with it. Not my words, your words. Now we're stuck with her? Yeah, you are. Elections have consequences. And Joe Rocky understands that more than anyone. The Republican, about 6,000 votes short of changing the ascent of Allegheny County. We're in a descent mode, and Joe is with us. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good, Marty. How are you?
So you got the same tax bill that we all got. You knew it was coming, but you also understand that people now realize, oh, maybe elections do have consequences. Right, Joe?
Yeah, I think that's right. We've seen nothing in the last, 15 months that demonstrates we're starting to grow the economy here. We're going to start to change the population decline. We have zero momentum in terms of trying to bring in a new revenue base that would actually allow us to not have to increase the taxes on the people who've already lived here. And so it's imperative that we start to grow our economy, start to bring business here, and start to focus on making sure that the revenue that the county's getting is going up because we're building new homes, we're having people in homes that are currently vacant, and improving the tax base as opposed to just raising the taxes.
Yeah, we're doing everything that Trump isn't doing. And everybody's screaming and yelling about certain things being cut, and I get that. But what they're doing is what you're talking about, smaller government, growth in the economy. Yes, sir?
Yeah, so, I mentioned to grow the tax base by growing the economy. The other side of it is, Sarah came forward with her tax increase, but didn't offer any cost reductions, didn't offer any changes to what we're charging the county and what we're doing. And so, whether what President Trump is doing is done in the best way, right. I think he's doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing in that he's challenging the effectiveness of our government. And I think that's exactly what we need to do at the county. And while I don't live in the city, I grew up in the city, at the city level as well. Every township, every community should be challenging what are we spending our money on and making sure it's doing the right things for the people of Allegheny County.
Are we done until she's done? Nothing's going to change, sir, for at least 2 years? Is that we're just supposed to settle in and accept what we accept, sir?
Yeah, well, I think what the council proved is that it's going to do what she wants.
Right.
And so there doesn't appear to be a meaningful challenge to the decisions that are being made by her office. And so, yeah, in some regards, that's a terrible thing to actually say out loud, but I do think we are a bit trapped. I would challenge people to think about the election of council members who are coming up this May, who voted for the tax increase and didn't hold the county accountable for actually looking at cost reductions and improving services in a way that doesn't require cost increases to the taxpayer. So there is an opportunity here in the next election to send a message. But, there's 13 people on council that are Democrats and 2 that are Republicans. You're in a tough place to really not, have what she wants to happen.
Joe Rocky, it was seriously floated to you to take the vacant council seat, and you said no. Why, sir? Why wasn't it important to you for you to be that voice on council?
Well, first off, let me start and say that Mike Ambrosia, I think, will do a very good job in that role. But that wasn't the role for me. I am an executive who was running for an executive position where you have actual, real power to get things done. And so that particular position is more of a voice. It's actually not an effective implementation position. And it's simply because the balance of power at the council is very strongly towards the Democrats at this point. We are 66% of our county is registered Democrats. So, the majority of the council is going to always be Democrat. All that position was going to be was a voice to complain. I'm a problem solver, and that position is not going to allow you to actually solve a whole lot of problems. My voice is obviously it's on your show today.
Yes,
my
sir.
voice is out there, but and I will voice my objections to what's happening and continue to do that. But I didn't see that position as a position that could actually lead to results.
Republican Joe Rockey. Hey, Joe, I've seen a couple of studies recently that puts Pittsburgh at 40th in terms of cities, in terms of growth, unemployment, opportunity. And I mean at the bottom, sir, not the top of that list. Frightening data and daunting, isn't it, sir? What would you do immediately to turn that around?
Yeah, so let me first off say that as I was on the campaign trail, it's become obvious that Pittsburgh is likely to be out of the top 50 in terms of metropolitan areas sometime in the next 15 years.
True.
And that is staggering. When I was born, Marty, I think you might be a little older than me, but when I was born, we were 3.
We were.
Okay? So 1964, we were 3rd, and now we're going to be out of the top 50.
In fact, Joe, let me interrupt you. I think, Joe, we were 600,000 people. I think.
700,000 in the county.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the point being, we have lost business. We've lost jobs, right? We think it's a great thing. And with all due respect to people who might work at a convenience store, we think it's a great thing that there's help wanted signs there. A better thing would be help wanted signs in front of a manufacturer who's going to pay somebody $80,000 or $100,000 a year. And guess what? I think our convenience stores could be closed at night. We'd all be okay if they closed at 9 o'clock and didn't stay open all night. We have enough people to have good jobs for those people. We just need to go get the businesses to come here. And when we do that, Marty, what will happen is our population trend will change. We'll start to have people wanting to come back to Western Pennsylvania, and we'll start to have people wanting to immigrate to Western Pennsylvania, which is what we need to change the trend line for this community.
I got to ask you this and put you on the spot here because people do value your opinion, as I do. What about the argument that in the mayor's race, one's the same as the other? Progressive, far-left politicians. Is that fair, sir?
I would suggest that we've seen a couple years now of the current administration, and we may say that Corey is the same, but boy, I think it would be good for us to see a change.
Do you think
if for no other reason, it can't get any worse. And so, I've spent a little bit of time with Corey. I think he's trying to create a vision. What I actually really appreciated about Corey when he came to me, if you remember, Marty, I said I would visit 100 companies in my first year in office and talk to them about bringing their business to Pittsburgh. And Corey asked me, Joe, will you help me do that? And so if that's the mindset he has, twofold. One, if he has a mindset of growing the economy, that's important. And two, if he's willing to ask people for help, I think that's also a very good sign.
Hey, before you go, legit question, because I heard this all day long. How many people asked you to run for mayor not knowing you don't live in the city? How many, sir?
I've been asked to run for mayor and governor a couple times in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't know that the city's not an option, and I don't think our governor is going to be beaten.
No, sir.
And so I'm not sure that's an option. But, Marty, I'll go back to where I was when I began the mission, which is I'm about helping the people in the greatest need. And the way you help the people in the greatest need is you give them a better job. You increase the revenue base to allow us to take care of the people who are unable to work, to support the people who are in difficult situations. And you do that by actually running an efficient and effective government. And at this point, I don't think we're doing that in either the city or the county.
It's a disaster. Joe Rockey, I'm a fan, sir. Appreciate your honesty and integrity. Thanks, my friend.
I'll talk to you soon, Marty.
Love him. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, Bob Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. And what's up is we do have a vehicle fire, and crews are working with that in Oakmont. Heads up as you're traveling on Halton Road near the intersection with 10th Street. Definitely going to find some slowdowns in that area. Elsewhere around the commute, things are pretty tame, so it gives us a chance to remind you where Penn Avenue is getting a new work zone. It started today around 7 a.m., and this is between Shady Avenue and East Liberty Boulevard, and you'll find find restrictions on Penn in both directions there as crews do utility work. They'll be there till about 5 p.m. today, and weather permitting, they will be back again tomorrow and Friday for that project. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-290-7510. That's 800-290-7510. 800-290-7510.
Look, Julian Gray and I became good friends when my parents passed. And in those difficult times, I'll tell you what he did. He got us through it. Seriously, with estate planning, unbelievable. With managing the taxes, unbelievable. With a will, unbelievable. This is what they do. Folks, they're certified elder law attorneys, and they are committed to helping you with legal issues and protecting your family. Julian Gray is the best I've ever known. I have gone in his office in a frenzy, worried about taxes, about the estate, about how to manage money, about how to manage my future. And Julian Gray and his people answer those questions. They're the best going. GrayOuterLaw.com, GrayOuterLaw.com, 412-458-6000, 412-458-6000. The best.
Brought to you by NJM Insurance. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
At NJM Insurance, we're like a symphony. It all starts by doing the right thing. Add in dedicated reps. And put policyholders first. But no jingles or mascots because it's just not us. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Fall in love with a new Hyundai from Bowser Hyundai. Lease a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE all-wheel drive for only $289 a month. Plus, get $1,000 Bowser Auto Show bonus cash on select in-stock Hyundai models. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Before you buy anywhere else, get to BowserHyundai.com. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends February 28th. Now that's the power of Bowser. Bowser Hyundai. BowserHyundai.com. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Has your home or business been damaged by fire, water, or storm? Even when dealing with insurance, you have a choice who repairs and cleans up the mess. Call Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm a Joe Rocky guy. He's very pragmatic, common sense, raised a Democrat, now a Republican. Had success in business. Had a plan. We blew it. We collectively. We tried our butts off here. I pushed him and pushed him and pushed him. It's hard, man. And now what we have is a far-left progressive government. It's a fact. I get picked on for the narrative that folks suggest that Corey isn't much different than Gainey. I get a lot of cops, quite frankly, that say he was anti-police, quite frankly. Corey was. That he was defund the police. I get a lot of pushback from moderate Democrats that suggest he's progressive. But I also hear what Joe Rocky said. Here's what I tell people. Put the men beside each other in a room. And here's what Corey will do. He will allow developers to do their job. I know this for a fact. He will allow business to thrive in the city of Pittsburgh that's dying horribly. Don't know if you noticed that assessment of one of the biggest buildings downtown cut again. Went from a $240 million business is now worth building that's now worth $65 million. It's a disaster. And you also heard Joe Rocky say this, it can't get any worse. That's hard to hear. Here's the other thing. So Corey will embrace business owners. How do I know this? Because I know the business owners that are talking to him right now. I know the guys that are writing checks right now to fund his campaign. And I know that he has $700,000. And I know Ed couldn't raise, well, since the first of the year, Ed Gainey raised $23,000. Corey O'Connor, more than $500,000. That means one of two things. I'm serious. One, Ed Gainey has said to hell with it. I'm giving up. Two, Ed Gainey says, I'm a hot knife through butter. I'm going to kick his ass. Or number three, people are saying, my man, I wrote my check. I'm done with you. The other thing Corey O'Connor will do that Ed Gainey will not do, and that's communicate with the big nonprofits. Somehow Ed Gainey decided to get in bed with the SEIU Laborers Union and screw UPMC in any way, shape, or form, in any place he could. And at some point, UPMC wrote Ed Gainey off. So now, UPMC has been willing all along to write a check to the city of Pittsburgh, along with the other 5 big nonprofits. If all of them get at the table, I sat in Ed Gainey's office and he said, Marty, I will get all 6 of them at the table. And he never could and never did. So now, I'm being blunt. The developers in this town hate Ed Gainey from a business standpoint. Hate. And there's insane animus between the largest employer in this town, UPMC, all the other nonprofits, and Ed Gainey. So you got the mayor who can't get developers to develop and can't get the biggest nonprofits in this town to write a check. Folks, that's bad. That's really bad. So when they ask me, how is Corey different than Ed Gainey? Like the difference of night and day. It's that friggin' dramatic.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
$3.2 million for a power plant worker with mesothelioma. $3 million for the family of a steelworker who died from asbestos-related lung cancer. Another $3.8 million for the family of a steelworker with mesothelioma. These are just a few case results that Pittsburgh-based law firm Goldberg, Persky, and White have been able to get for their clients. They can do the same for you. If you're suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma, contact GPW for a free consultation at 1-800-COMPLEX or gpwlaw.com.
Hey, it's Dan Zangrili on behalf of Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 2024 was a banner year, and 2025 is off to a terrific start because Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is growing, and they're proud to announce the opening of their newest branch on Cochran Road in Scott Township. Just like me, nearly 25,000 Western Pennsylvanians call Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union home. So shape your future with a diverse line of highly competitive products from Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union at AllegiantFCU.org. Federally insured by the NCUA.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
16 and overcast at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. New details are emerging about an officer-involved shooting inside a Munhall police holding cell. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the latest.
38-year-old Christopher Alley, who was shot by Munhall police last week in a borough holding cell, was allegedly strangling an officer at the time. Now new information has surfaced on social media claiming that Alley was taken into custody about an hour earlier for strangling a woman in her home and resisting arrest. On February 9th, Munhall police arrested Alley on domestic violence charges and placed him in a holding cell for processing. Officers say they saw Alley covering the security camera, and when two officers ordered him to the floor so they could remove the obstruction from the camera, they say he refused commands and began to fight with the officer. Police say Alley then started choking an officer, and the other officer fired several shots, striking Alley in the torso. Alley remains hospitalized and is facing multiple charges. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
The Pittsburgh Public School District will continue its legal fight over a property reassessment in Allegheny County. The district plans to appeal in Commonwealth Court a ruling last week throwing out the lawsuit aimed at forcing the county to reassess all properties. In Thursday's ruling, the Common Pleas Court judge said the school district does not have the standing, that's the legal right, to sue the county over reassessment. First National Bank has opened its new headquarters in the Lower Hill District. The FNB Financial Center is in a just-finished 26-story building at the intersection of Washington Place and Bedford Avenue. First National says the state-of-the-art building is about 70% occupied. Someone in Westmoreland County has won $500,000 playing the Pennsylvania Lottery's Cash 5 game. The ticket worth $500,000 from Tuesday's drawing was sold at the PT Pit Stop convenience store on Route 130 in Irwin. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 132 points at 44,424. The Nasdaq is down 25 and the S&P is down 3 points. KDKA Radio News Time 11:32. Our next update at noon. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio, KDKA.
Shop the sweet deals at Jim Shorty Kia in North Huntington. New all-wheel drive 2025 Kia Sportage LX, just $279 a month for 24 months with $29.99 due at signing. Or finance it at a low 1.9% APR for 60 months. A 500 vehicle selection, plus 3 years of prepaid maintenance, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and $500 more for your trade. Now that's showing some love. PA's #1 volume Kia dealer, JimShortyKia.com. Call 1-855-410-4996 for complete details on all offers and terms.
You know what I love? The punchki. Oakmont Bakery's punchkis. Delicious. Strawberry cream, cherry, raspberry, blueberry, Pittsburgh cream, Oakmont cream, lemon, maple bacon, cookies and cream, apple cinnamon, peanut butter. The punchki rocks. You've got to try the punchki at Oakmont Bakery. Handmade, homemade, unbelievable treat at Oakmont Bakery right now. You know what I say about punchki? They're delicious. Oakmont Bakery rocks.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. Visit Pittsburgh's one and only newest Hunter Douglas Gallery at 2015 Village Run Road, 724-933-5500 or nestexpressions.com.
Best are us when dreams don't get in. Best are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 412-556-BATH.
Baths are us. When dreams sunk in, baths are us.
Check this out. You know, JK's my man. He's the restaurant king in Oakmont. Calls me yesterday. Says, Marty, Tuesdays at the Lot, 4 p.m. to close. The Lot at Edgewater. Gorgeous, gorgeous restaurant. All you can eat crab legs. Unbelievable. Snow crab clusters, salad, muffins. Delicious. All you can eat. One price. This place is unbelievable. The Lot at Edgewater. You know who loves it? Mark Sorreo from Oakmont Bakery. Don't tell anyone. Hey, folks, it's Marty Griffin. This is important stuff. Health insurance options. You got to talk to my friends at MediConnect. They're changing the game in health insurance. Individual coverage to Medicare. They ensure that you get the most while paying the least. I've seen it. They connect you with all the insurance options in our area. Their loyalties lie with you. Their services are free. Don't call the carrier. Call MediConnect. 888-818-6334. Please, tell them Marty sent you. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up, my friend?
All right, thank you, Marty. So as you're traveling out and about, heading toward the noontime hour, you are doing okay as far as delays go, with one exception, a vehicle fire in Oakmont shortly causing delays for you on Halton Road near 10th Street. So be prepared to get around the crews who are assisting with that issue there. Elsewhere around the commute, just a reminder for you that Duquesne Light Crews are doing light pole replacement work again today. They're on northbound 51 with a lane restriction possible between Midwood Avenue and Ansonio Place. So as you're traveling northbound, that's just before you reach the intersection with Whited Street. Crews could be there until around 3 this afternoon. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Another very cold afternoon. We'll see plenty of clouds, not much sun, the high 23. Partly cloudy this evening, cloudy overnight with a bit of snow toward morning, though 13. Cloudy and very cold tomorrow with snow at times, accumulations of a coating to an inch, the high 22. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It may be winter outside, but inside the Monroeville Convention Center, it's golf season. The Pittsburgh Golf Show, presented by Dominican Republic Has It All, is February 21st through the 23rd. Shop, compare, and save on golf equipment and accessories. For tickets, go to PittsburghGolfShow.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Elections have consequences. You want proof? Listen to this clip from Trump talking about Ukraine and the war. Listen.
From a gilded room at
Oh, good.
It's going very well. But today I heard, we weren't invited. Well, you've been there for 3 years. You should have ended it 3 years. You should have never started it. You could have made a deal. I could have made a deal for Ukraine that would have given them almost all of the land. Everything, almost all of the land, and no people would have been killed, and no city would have been demolished, and not one dome would have been knocked down. But they chose not to do it that way. And President Biden, in all fairness, he doesn't have a clue. What he was so bad.
So there he is, blaming Ukraine for starting a war. That's a flat-out, bald-faced lie. It's not a misinterpretation of fact. It's a flat-out, bald-faced lie. And elections have consequences. He also said this about Ukraine. He called Zelensky a dictator. Remember, our Congress, Republicans and Democrats, approved close to $50 billion for them. Tens of thousands dead. Our missiles there are, it's unbelievable. He called Zelensky a dictator, accused him of misusing U.S. aid. Trump said, quote, he refuses to have elections, is very low in Ukrainian polls, and the only thing he was good at was playing Biden like a fiddle. Quote, a dictator without elections, Zelensky better move fast or he's not going to have a country left. So if I'm to interpret that as the amateur that I am, he would prefer that Russia take control of Ukraine. Russia, communist Russia. Is that our plan? And he's chumming up to Putin. They're opening embassies. They're establishing some sort of contact and conversation. And here we go. Elections have consequences. Ryan, play the longer CBS piece. Same stuff, different version. Ukraine, Trump. Listen.
From a gilded room at his Florida resort, President Trump hit back at concern from Ukraine over not being invited to the U.S.-Russia peace talks in Saudi Arabia.
And I think I have the power to end this war. And I think it's going very well. But today I heard, we weren't invited. Well, you've been there for 3 years. You should have ended it 3 years. You should have never started it. You could have made a deal.
The president's suggestion that Ukraine started the war and not Russia, which launched a full-scale invasion nearly 3 years ago, has shocked Ukrainian and European leaders who were also left out of the talks. It's also a view apparently not shared by Keith Kellogg, the Trump administration's envoy to Ukraine, who arrived in Kyiv this morning.
Kind of nice that I'm here just a few days before the third anniversary of the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Also in Kyiv this morning was Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who had this to say. We are seeing a lot of disinformation that is coming from Russia, he said. Unfortunately, President Trump, with all due respect, is living in this disinformation space. A Kremlin spokesman has said Russian President Vladimir Putin and President Trump could meet as early as this month, even as the war in Ukraine rages on. For CBS Mornings, I'm Imtiaz Tayeb in London.
Here you go. Elections have consequences. It's where we're at. And it's the decision the American people made. And we knew immediately when Trump won that this was going to happen with Russia and Ukraine, and here we sit. Glenn, thanks for your patience. Go ahead.
Oh, Marty.
Yeah, Glenn. You look like you're surprised.
Well, I didn't know who it was. I spend so much time on this phone, I never know who's speaking to me.
Sorry,
but in any event, my question is, should we ask Senator Fetterman to resign, since it seems as though the election that put him in office was a rejection of the right wing, and now he's sort of complying, and I think we should ask him to resign. That's just the question.
Who's going to ask him to resign? You?
Well, you're a public voice, are you not? Let's send that out to
you want me to ask him for you?
No, Marty. People listen to your radio station. I understand that they hear you, and then things they hear or want to talk about, they call you. So why wouldn't they start a discussion that I just wanted to start? Nothing wrong with that, right?
What the hell would he resign for? I'm trying to make this out. I'm confused. Maybe you're on hold too long.
Well, don't be a wise ass with me.
I'm just telling you, maybe you were. Maybe you're confused, sir.
You obviously don't get my point. Maybe someone who's listening and hears this question.
Why would he resign?
Say, hey, that
just tell me why the hell he would resign. He's more powerful than he's ever been. He has an insane following. He stands up for what he believes in. I love him.
Oh, okay.
He's a friend.
Well, maybe we'll hear from. We'll let other people come in and ask the question with you, and you can have a dialogue. That's what you and I do.
Yeah.
Commentator and people on your station.
All right, man. That's it. I'm done. Oh, I am a wise ass. Yes, I am. Look, whether you like Fetterman or not, under what context would I demand that John resign? And he's John Fetterman. He does his own thing. Fetterman's on an island, man. It's Fetterman Island. It's kind of what's charming about him. It's why he ended up at Mar-a-Lago. It's why Trump embraced him. It's why He disagrees with Trump on some things. It's why most big shot Democrats don't like John Fetterman, because he's an outlier. Folks, we could go back to when he was mayor, and I'm not trying to pick on you, Glenn, but I don't know where this comes from. He was an outlier when he was mayor of Braddock. I'm just being blunt with you because he didn't play along. John doesn't like to play along. The shorts, his demeanor, everything about him. Here's what he is. He ain't changing, and why should he? We have reestablished really close contact with him. We have him on at least once a month. His press people have asked that he come on. He wants to speak up. I pay attention to just about everything he does. So, Glenn, you write your little letter, maybe get a petition going, and we'll see how that goes. But Fetterman ain't changing, and he ain't going nowhere. In fact, if I was a betting man, and I am, John will run for president at some point. Angelo, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to call in and say that that last guy that called was kind of an idiot. And
well, I'm not saying that. I just don't know where that came from. I mean,
I know.
Fetterman's at the height of his popularity.
Right.
I'm just...
Yeah, but that was all I wanted to say.
You're my man.
I appreciate it.
I don't like calling people idiots. I'm an idiot sometimes. But you would have to have context for me. Look, he would have to do something inappropriate or unsavory. He's taken on Trump recently in the last couple of days, but I wouldn't suggest that's a reason why he would resign. Glenn, knock yourself out, man, with that movement. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, Papa Bowser. Ellen Gamble was
All right, Marty. Well, if you're hitting the highways, folks, you have minor slowdowns out there right now. One around a vehicle fire that is in the final stages of clearing in Oakmont on Halton Road near 10th Street. Parkway East inbound, a little bit of a sluggish traffic pattern now between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill Tunnel portal. Parkway West inbound is moving along pretty nicely most of the way down past the Banksville on-ramp. A little bit of a touch on the brakes there before the Fort Pitt tunnels. A reminder for you, Penn Avenue in the city of Pittsburgh has lane restrictions that are new to you today through Friday. Utility work means you'll find restrictions in both directions on Penn between Shady Avenue and East Liberty Boulevard. Generally, crews are working there 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Carlos is my man from Greater Pitt Tree Service. I mean, we're good friends. He's done trees in our yard, trees in my neighbors' yards, trees in family members' yards. Why? Best in the business. Best pricing, best labor, best professional service I've ever seen in my life. He's on a job right now, and he does free jobs for World War II veterans. Amazing, amazing man. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE.
If better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today. You can find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
When you buy appliances, they break. It's just the truth. Check this out. Voss TV and Appliance, they have their own crews, their own folks, techs that fix this stuff, and they're magnificent. Here's the other thing about Voss. Our dishwasher broke. They got a new dishwasher in our house within a week and a half. In this marketplace, in crazy weather, during crazy times. Voss TV and Appliance, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
Paid for by government. Now is the time to fill your vault with Morgan Silver Bars. Grab your piece of America's silver legacy with this special offer. These spectacular shining silver bars featuring a crisp image of the iconic Morgan Silver Dollar, a legendary coin that has captivated collectors for generations. Call now to secure 1-ounce silver bars minted in 99.9% pure silver and made in the USA. Don't miss out on this special deal, regularly priced at $49.95, but for a limited time, only $39.95. Save $10 per silver bar. Limit of 25 bars per customer. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to $250 in savings and free shipping on every order. Plus, with qualifying orders, you'll receive a free Morgan Silver Dollar. That's a $59.95 value free. Call 1-800-386-7195 now to secure your 1-ounce Morgan Silver Bars for only $39.95. That's 1-800-386-7195.
Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
Mark Fogel is out. We go out to our hotline and we're joined right now by his sister, Ann Fogel. I say Mark Fogel is out. You're his sister. Your reaction is what, Ann?
Thank you so much, Colin. I can't even explain the crazy excitement that we were all feeling.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You've probably seen it on local real estate shows or in the classifieds. A home is for sale, and the listing boasts about having a petite bathroom or a petite kitchen. Hi, this is Barry and Steve Ehrenrich.
It's gratifying and most humbling to know that long ago the Petite brand became a status symbol in Western Pennsylvania. Whether you prefer a traditional or very contemporary design, upgrading your kitchen or bathroom the Petite way adds value and makes your home more desirable.
For over 50 years, we've helped thousands of satisfied customers make their kitchen or bathroom dreams come true. We invite you to visit our showroom at Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center or call us at 412-279-2222.
You'll see great ways to create the kitchen or bathroom that fits your taste, your lifestyle, and your pocketbook.
Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Hello, this is Les Botkin of Botkin Family Wealth Management. I've been a financial advisor for over 20 years, but this wasn't my first career. In a previous life, I was a PGA golf professional involved in building Nevillewood, where I played the opening round with Jack Nicklaus, a dream come true. Years later, while in my 40s and working at another golf course, I suddenly lost my job. I had 2 kids in college and I was scared. With the encouragement of my wife Barb and the help of good friends, I embarked on a new career in finance. It was humbling, but in time and with hard work, I became successful in my life's new chapter. Today, I'm a certified financial planner professional and work with my daughter Sarah and son Lester at Botkin Family Wealth Management. The day we opened the doors to our business is one of the best in my life. Dreams change, for me and maybe for you. Let us help you navigate the changes. Visit us at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Governor Josh Shapiro yesterday nominated a former Beaver Area School District Superintendent as the Secretary of the Pennsylvania Department of Education. Carrie Rowe is Deputy Secretary for the Office of Elementary and Secondary Education. Rowe, who has more than 25 years of experience in education, had been Beaver Area School District Superintendent for 6 years before departing in January of 2022 to join the State Department of Education. If approved by the state Senate, Rowe would succeed Khalid Moomin, who left in November. Also, Worcester & Associates is moving into the city after more than 50 years of operation as a transportation consulting and engineering firm, long based in Crafton. The company announced it has moved its headquarters to the People's Center on the North Shore. The mixed-use building originally developed 20 years ago for Del Monte, that's owned by Bacini Poland Group, the development partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins on the Lower Hill. In an announcement, the firm called the location the perfect location to support the company's mission of delivering innovative traffic and civil engineering solutions for a new office of about 5,800 square feet for a staff of 17, 15 of which work directly for Worcester and 2 of which work for Red Tree, an affiliated firm, with the expectation of using the space to add more engineers and business development associates. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So, on Wednesdays, the pizza comes in, and there's a cattle call. There's a rumbling from places in the building and people that I never see, and they go past this window and slice, which is fantastic joint. I love the owner. I love the pizza. They're just really cool people. And people come past here with plates, paper plates with 8 pieces of pizza on them. It's unbelievable that a human being can eat 8 pieces of pizza at 11:30 in the morning. It's, woo! So now there's a new joint in there today. It's called Tom's. Anyone familiar? But, Tim's. Tom, too. Tim's Corner Market. Now, I get glimpses because now they're headed back past the window with massive subs on their plates. Massive. Some of them don't even wait till they get back to their desk. They're eating already. As they go past the window, they're putting subs. So Tim's, did you say Tim's? I hear it's rocking. Let me tell you, though, I'm telling you, Slice rocks. The owner is about the coolest guy ever. I took my family there when they first opened their first Slice, and he's an amazing man, an insane commitment, and he recommends the sub place, which is right next door, and if he says they're good, then that means they're great. Tim's subs. Did you have one, Ryan?
I'm having mine right now, and it's very good.
Oh, you're having it. Can I see it? I'm kind of a visual guy. Can you come in here so I can take a closer look?
Yeah, absolutely.
I like to see what kind of, like Subway puts a half a slice of meat on there and 76 pounds of lettuce. Ryan is now entering the, oh, that's strong. Whoa, hold on, let me see. That's legit. Did you see that, Patrick? Okay. That is a badass sub. All right, I'm all in for Tim's. All right. Love it, man. Before I get to the break, I got to mention this. And this is about politics, and this is about the difference between Ed Gainey and Corey O'Connor. So here's what I'm being told. You know the new bank building right there on the Penguins property? Do you? It's the new skyscraper up there. It's really, really nice. Do you? They had a ribbon cutting this morning. Okay? It's a beautiful building. FNB Financial Center, gorgeous. Right there. The city's Lower Hill District, right there across from the arena. And my man, John Weinstein's working there. I love him. But regardless, they had a ribbon cutting here this morning. 26 stories. Love it. Hope. Grand opening. FNB Financial Center. And I'm told from my people on the scene that Corey was there, and drum roll please, Gainey did not show up. What's that tell you? Gainey's the guy who refuses to go to any ribbon cuttings for the billion-dollar hospitals that UPMC's building in Oakland. Billion. He wouldn't go to one ribbon cutting. Now, for whatever reason, he decides that he doesn't feel as if he has the time or energy to go to the opening of the only new skyscraper in the city, the FNB Financial Center. Corey was there. Gainey isn't. What's my point? Corey will show up. They're not the same guy. Yeah, they're Democrats. Let me mention this before we go. Since the new year, Gainey has raised $23,000. Since the new year, Corey has raised nearly $700,000. I'm serious. Check out the stats. They're there. Gainey a no-show, Corey a show. That's how this is going to work.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Look, this is the time of the year when you start seeing stuff around your windows because it gets wet, it gets icy, okay? So we have this bay window in the front of our house. It needs to be replaced. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, man. I got to call Universal Windows Direct. Why? It's the holiday season. It's the new year. A lot going on. But what they're doing, folks, is they're offering this unbelievable special right now. Right now. They have the best windows, the best insulation, the best guarantees. Right now, Every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. No limit. Buy 4, get 4 free. Okay? Buy 8, get 8 free. Also, 0% financing for 60 months. 5 years, folks, of interest-free payments. It's a great company. They have a great product. Universal Windows Direct. 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003. Free in-home estimate. It's a great company. Check it out.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
16 degrees with overcast skies. It's 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A Lower Borough man was suffering from hypothermia after spending hours trapped in his car, but then he was rescued. With the story, here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
86-year-old Larry Conklin was trapped in his vehicle for 15 hours in freezing temperatures with no phone to call for help. But thanks to the help of a stranger, he was rescued. Michael Totolo was out walking his dog Oliver when he came across Conklin's Jeep. It was iced over, but they were able to call for help. Authorities responded and used a basket and rope system to get Conklin to a flat area where he was transported to a local hospital. Conklin was responsive but showing symptoms of hypothermia. Residents in the area reported no signs of an accident that would have been cause for concern. But Oliver, the 2-year-old rescue mini doodle's keen sense turned him into a hero. Conklin's daughter said he was on his way to visit a friend when they believe a drop in blood sugar led to the accident. Conklin is said to be doing just fine. Tamira Rush News Radio, KDKA.
New this hour, a McKees Rocks man has pleaded guilty in federal court to a charge of child exploitation. The U.S. Attorney's Office's 38-year-old Brandon Jennings was in possession of material depicting the sexual exploitation of a minor. In connection with the guilty plea, prosecutors told the court Jennings possessed more than 1,700 images and videos of sexual exploitation of children back in 2021. Jennings will be sentenced in June and could receive up to 20 years in prison, a fine of up to $250,000 or both. Nearly 80 million people between the U.S. borders with Canada and Mexico are under extreme cold advisories and warnings today. In Montana, that's routine, but in the Lone Star State, not so much.
We're going to be seeing temperatures sub-freezing well into Texas. At one point yesterday, there was an 80-degree temperature swing from North Texas to South Texas. Now today, almost all of Texas is in the Arctic air, and they will stay there for tomorrow as well.
That's CBS's David Parkinson. He says more than 100 cold record temperatures are being set around the U.S. today. Also today, on the Big K Morning Show, a big announcement out of Latrobe.
We will be holding the 100th anniversary air show, the Shop and Save Westmoreland, not only an air show, but it's the international air show. We'll have the Snowbirds out of Canada to perform June 21st and 22nd.
That's Westmoreland Airport Authority Executive Director Gabe Monzo with the exclusive announcement on KDKA Radio. Monzo says they're expecting attendance of 100,000. Fish will be stopping in Pittsburgh during their summer concert tour. The popular rock band from Vermont scheduled to perform at the Peterson Event Center on Tuesday, June 24th. Ticket sales will start on Friday the 28th. Right now on Wall Street, the Dow is down 90 points at 44,466. The NASDAQ is down 3 points, while the S&P is now up 4. KDKA Sports, the high school basketball game of the week, features a WEPIO Class 4A playoff match. Knock is at Avonworth tonight. Our coverage starts with countdown to tip-off at 6. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. Confused about Medicare? One Health Benefits helps you select the best plan to fit your needs. Call One Health Benefits at 724-799-8873. 16 degrees with cloudy skies in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi for the Power of Bowser. Fall in love with the new Hyundai from Bowser Hyundai. Lease a new 2025 Hyundai Elantra SE all-wheel drive for only $219 a month. Plus, get $1,000 Bowser Auto Show bonus cash on select in-stock Hyundai models. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 10,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Before you buy anywhere else, go to BowserHyundai.com. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends February 28th. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Are you in need of long-term care but overwhelmed by the prospect of how you will afford it? Help is just a phone call away. This is Ben Urso of Zachariah Brown, Elder Law Attorneys. We will help you navigate the maze of Medicaid planning, veterans benefits, care advocacy, and asset protection planning, and work with you to help you develop a plan for you or a loved one. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200. That's 724-942-6200. Or visit us at pittsburghelderlaw.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Another very cold afternoon. We'll see plenty of clouds, not much sun, the high 23. Partly cloudy this evening, cloudy overnight with a bit of snow toward morning, though 13. Cloudy and very cold tomorrow with snow at times, accumulations of a coating to an inch, the high 22. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
We'll do something good today. The church, really good church on the south side. I love this church. I love the Good Father. St. Mary Orthodox Church. Long story short, they had a water main break, did a lot of damage. We're rather annoyed, as they should be, and I am, and Patrick is, with PWSA and their lack of immediate response. And because they didn't respond quickly enough, they had a lot of damage, thousands of dollars. And churches aren't flush like in the old days, where you could go out to the parish, you could pass a basket around and get 10 grand. Back in the day when my immigrant grandparents from Ireland and Italy were in Pittsburgh. And at the end of the day, that has changed dramatically. A lot of the parishes are older. They're not poor, but they're poorer, and they can't just write checks. And in the case of this flood damage, these insurance companies fight the hell out of you because they don't want to pay the claims. We've heard so much about insurance companies recently. So I want to help St. Mary Orthodox Church on the south side because they have about $5,000 in damages. And we have Father Patrick. Father Patrick, good afternoon, Father. How are you?
Good afternoon, Marty. I'm well. Yourself?
Fabulous. I just learned through Patrick, another Patrick, that you were in your previous life a paralegal, sir.
Ages ago, yes.
How the hell do you transition from that to this? Help me out, Father.
God's grace, my friend. I had been active in the pro-life movement and then working in a law office there.
Nice.
And got the blessing to go to seminary. Went, set that stuff behind me, and turned my life literally to the service of the church.
That's amazing. And I love this. I'm very curious about this. I love these sorts of things and this epiphany. How old were you when you made this dramatic change in your life, Father?
I was 28.
Wow. Do you remember the moment? Did it hit you?
I do, and it was a very humorous moment. I had been involved in the lay vocations program of the Bulgarian Diocese, which was an extension program of the seminary. And we were at the seminary for our summer thing, and I was told by the then dean, Father Daniel Donlick of blessed memory, that, your bishop called and you're supposed to come full time. I said, and I laid out the excuses. I have a house, I have a dog, I have a family, and and because my dad had died a few years before, so we literally had the house and all that being dealt with. And Father Daniel looked at me and he said, well, the house is sold, the dog is dying, and your family is moving.
No.
I said, there's no way, Father, you could know that. He laughed and he goes, when you go home, you call me, tell me if I'm right. Sure enough, the house actually had a buyer. Wow. My brother and his wife moved across the street, and unfortunately, King was dying. And that was a sad moment that, we'd had the dog a good 20-some years, and he was having already mobility difficulties. And that was probably the saddest moment of it. But that fall, we started seminary, and, 5 years later, here we are in Pittsburgh.
It's amazing.
Here now 29 years, by the grace of God.
Love it. This incident, this flooding, Father, kind of recap it for folks who are just tuning in.
We had the reality that we were getting water in the basement, and we couldn't figure out why. And our first thought was someone dumped water. And it kept coming in, and we started checking, called the plumber, et cetera. Plumber goes, it's got to be an outside leak. We notified the city water department, and, well, PWSA is great for paying attention to nothing. And it took them several days to respond to even look for a leak. And then it took them almost a week to then fix the leak once they found it. And that whole time we were getting water in the basement.
And now you have this cost. You have folks in there restoring the basement right now. Yes, sir?
Right now they're just remediating the damage so they can figure out the cost to restore it. That's the part that drives me nuts. Yeah, it's just a very sad episode.
It is. It's
because it prevents fundraising.
Yep.
Because you have to be able to have proper sanitation and bathrooms working.
Yep.
And it just gets in the way generally of several programs.
So I want to do we're doing a favor for him because I love him and I love what he represents, and I love that story you just told about it, finding God. I think it's wonderful stuff. That's a lightning bolt to your soul. Father Patrick is really committed at the St. Mary Orthodox Church. What, 19th Street? Is it 19th Street, Father?
South 19th, yes. 105 South 19th Street.
On the south side. And they got about a $5,000 bill they're addressing right now. And Patrick O'Connor, another Irishman. We're surrounded by Irishmen today, Father. And
this is wonderful.
It's a fine day, lad. And
indeed.
And Patrick O'Connor put together with your assistance and talking you through this GoFundMe site, right, Father?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so we have a $4,500 goal. We have $1,090 by the end of the show today. By 2:00, we want to have that goal, and it's on. Patrick, where do you have this posted, my man?
So I've shared this to our Facebook and our X page, so you can find those links there right now. And Father Carpenter, I believe you have also shared it to your pages as well, correct?
Yes, we have. And it's also been shared to 14 other pages.
Excellent. So look, folks, if everybody churches in a little bit. There's no way we can't get to $5,000 by the end of this hour and make a big difference for a wonderful church led by a wonderful man. Father, we're all in till this gets done, all right?
I appreciate that, Marty. Thank you again for your help.
Father Patrick, love it. I love the story. I love the commitment. So, bunch of flooding. And churches don't have money, and they end up with crappy insurance, and the insurance companies fight you left and right. And now they have to pay for the repairs. And all they're doing now is the remediation. And then they're missing out on fundraising. All told, between us, it's about $16,000, quite frankly. And they're asking for, on their GoFundMe page, $4,500, which I think is immensely modest. That's why I love Father Patrick. Father Patrick Carpenter. So, right now on our X page, the GoFundMe page, right now on our Facebook page, the Get Marty Facebook page, the GoFundMe site, they're trying to raise $4,500. They're at $1,090. All right, folks? Let's see if we can help them out by the end of our show today. Father Patrick, an amazing man, an amazing church, St. Mary Orthodox Church, 19th Street, Southside. Thanks, Father.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This is the time of the year when a lot of people want to set new goals for the new year. I just sat down with Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist, Dan Bitchoff. I've known Dan for many years. He's helped a lot of people. Hi, this is Larry Richard. So what are your goals? Do you want to lose weight? You want to stop smoking or dealing with anxiety? A lot of people are dealing with that. Call the PA Hypnosis Center today. You can set up a no-obligation pre-consultation at 724-934-8446. Just mention KDKA. Dan will give you $100 off any gift certificate so you can gift this opportunity. And with the PA Hypnosis Center and Dan Bitchoff, he'll offer you a 98% success guarantee. So whatever your goals are, achieve them. You can by calling 724-934-8446, the PA Hypnosis Center with Dan Bitchoff. Call now.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. I love NASCO, and my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're working year-round. So while it's wintry outside, this is a great time to get your roof project going with a free estimate from NASCO. They're the region's roofing leader. Roofs are all NASCO does, and they're the only company I want on my roof with an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. NASCO's skilled teams exceed expectations. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on materials and labor. NASCO, 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000. That's NASCO.
Shop the sweet deals at Jim Shorkey Kia in North Huntington. New all-wheel drive 2025 Kia Sportage LX, just $279 a month for 24 months with $29.99 due at signing. Or finance it at a low 1.9% APR for 60 months. A 500 vehicle selection, plus 3 years of prepaid maintenance, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, and $500 more for your trade. Now that's showing some love. PA's #1 volume Kia dealer, JimShorkeyKia.com. Call 1-855-410-4996 for complete details on all offers and terms.
Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical, F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L. It works.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I went to high school with Bob Tootie from Tootie Mechanical. So I've known him, 40-plus years? His business is insane. Tootie Mechanical. The service is unbelievable. The professionalism is unbelievable. And the help, man, they've put 400 free furnaces in homes. Tootie Mechanical is the best for HVAC I've ever seen in my career. They're amazing people, amazing service. Tootie, 412-771-4100. Call them.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions.
Today's MVP, Tom Kelly's carbon fiber mountain bike. Because more than riding his carbon fiber mountain bike, Tom loves telling people about his carbon fiber mountain bike. Friends, family, even a local barista knows about his carbon fiber mountain bike. And that's why Tom's carbon fiber mountain bike, if you haven't heard about it, is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by American Military University. Navy veteran Jenna Carlton accepted a full-time remote position within the DoD back in 2021, and she lives over an hour away from her command in New Jersey. She says the call to force all federal workers back into an office will have some seriously negative side effects.
Nothing can be done in the government without a contract, and so on my team, we're already short. And my current position, we are procuring a lot of parts for aircraft on various platforms like aircraft carriers. So if that's not being done, these ships aren't deployable.
CBS Eye on Veterans is presented by American Military University. Veterans and their families receive 10% off undergraduate and master's level programs at American Military University, where your service is honored with savings.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Favor, please. Help out the good father. The Facebook page is posted. The GoFundMe page is posted on both our X page and our Facebook page. At the end of the day, they're doing a hell of a service for the community, and they're dedicated so much to that community, the St. Mary Orthodox Church up there on the 19th on the south side. And they don't have the money to pay this, and it's about $5,000. And I would love to have that finished by the end of our show today at 2 o'clock. So if you want to, the GoFundMe page, again, not to bore you or to be redundant, is right now posted on X and Facebook. And I love you for it. I want to pop back to the top of the show about 10:15, where we had on the fellas from Shuli's Pizza. And I want to talk about the nature of this audience, the nature of our platform, and why we're here. And these are the Shuli boys. They're brothers. And Tim Shuli and Luciano. And the reason why I love them is they've been in that business their entire lives. And I mean that their father ran the business, and they grew up in that business. They've been making pizza since they could walk. And I love them. I just do. I admire the hell out of them. You go in there, man, it's all handmade, homemade. They're having their best year in 28 years. I'm serious right now. Because finally the region, the area, Oakland, whoever else has caught on to the fact that they make the best pizza. Insane Sicilian. And the reason why I love them is their work ethic. And Tim Shuli tore his MCL and his ACL. This is the truth. He has little kids. He drives like an hour each way every day to get to work, and he works like 13-hour days. And he has a torn MCL and ACL, and he works every day those hours. And he needs surgery and can't or won't have it because he's stubborn and because he has an insane work ethic and because he has to do it because he loves it. And I've been in there a half a dozen times with my son, my daughters, my wife, and they treat us like family. They have this Italian wine that's homemade. It's just cool, man. And I can't tell you how I met them because they're constantly getting screwed around by the city. And I mean that. They do construction. They put up barricades. They do everything in their power to jack with them trying to make a living. It's not malicious. It's just ignorance and incompetence. It just is. And At least twice in the last year, the Shuley boys have sent me videos of that street, Fifth Avenue, with massive potholes, where people blow out their tires, blow out their rims, and in this case, an injury, where an elderly woman was walking across there yesterday and fell on her face and almost died. And they called me and we posted it, and this morning, Public Works was out there fixing it. That's that, and it got done. So why am I regurgitating this from the 10 o'clock hour? Because of how you respond. This is the stuff that irritates the hell out of me. And I don't know how to move past it, but here's what we get from the small brain, low IQ folks out there. Gary Yeager writes, can definitely tell Marty is a Democrat. Your hat's off to these guys patching a hole that should have been filled months and months ago, and all of a sudden such a great job. Gary, you're a jagoff. And I'll tell you why. Those men work their asses off. Those men work with broken down equipment. Those men work with laborers who aren't union guys that smoke weed in their trucks. Those men work in a very, very risky environment because of busted equipment. Those men did a hell of a thing today by fixing that pothole. Those men do everything they're asked and then some. And the place we're at in America that somehow I'm an idiot and ignorant because I asked folks to correct a problem and they fixed it makes me a Democrat. Okay. If that's how you are and that's how you roll. This is the great divide in America. By the way, I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. But the problem is this. I believe in raising hell to make a difference. Gary, you just believe in raising hell to be a jagoff. You're the fart in the bathtub. No smell, no sound, no one cares. When we make noise, we make a difference. Something you're unfamiliar with. You just want to be a jerk. Marty sucks. Pittsburgh sucks. Democrats suck. Next. But Gary, you're sitting in your underwear in your mom's basement on a busted down computer, and you can barely get your fat fingers on the keyboard to send that nasty message. Meantime, I'm here right now, and we fought like hell to get that pothole fixed. And we're fighting like hell to get a church repaired. What are you doing today, man? Other than saying I'm a jerk because I applauded some hardworking employees for doing a hell of a job this morning. My boy Ralph raised hell with the Port Authority. My boy Ralph, Pat Katina, raised hell with the Port Authority over this in the city. Everybody I know raised hell over this, and we got it done. As for you, Mr. Angry Man, Gary, who accuses me, in air quotes, of being a Democrat, go away, man. SpongeBob starts in 4 minutes. New episode. Don't get confused. But remember this, I'm here long after you're passed out on your mom's couch, in the basement, in your underwear, with your fingers too fat to send a text. We're making a difference. What are you doing? Being a jerk. Being a jerk. Being a fart in a bathtub. No smell, no sound, nothing, honey, just nothing.
I'm with Rocco Florio from Air Pro Heating and Cooling with great news.
Air Pro and Bryant are now offering the $1,000 rebate program. Buy a furnace, take $1,000 off. Add a central air conditioning system, take another $1,000 off. That's $2,000 savings.
Plus up to 60 months interest-free financing or low 3.9% interest subject to credit approval. So call someone you know. Call Air Pro Heating and Cooling at 800-749-0642. Bryant, whatever it takes.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit the store for a free test walk. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown. Good Feet arch supports are proudly made in the USA.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 18 degrees in Pittsburgh at 12:30. I'm David Colorado. The First National Bank Financial Center has opened its new headquarters. On Tuesday, officials cut the ribbon on the FNB Tower in the Lower Hill District, a 26-story skyscraper at Washington Place and Bedford Avenue. On the Big K Morning Show, Rich Fitzgerald, the executive director of the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission, called it a big deal.
People have watched this come up out of the ground over the last couple of years, and this is really the first skyscraper that has been built in Pittsburgh since the PNC Tower of about 15 years ago. A little bit of a shot in the arm for the region and have that happen.
The $300 million building sits on 28 acres where the Civic Arena used to be. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is denouncing federal actions that they say threatens cancer patients. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has more.
The agency's president and CEO, Dr. Anders Kolb, tells KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin less funding means less research with fewer clinical trials and slower progress.
Medical centers like University of Pittsburgh and the scientists there, the institutions, they're going to have to make cuts to people, to jobs, to clinical trials that really fundamentally affects the life-saving research that helps patients every day.
Kolb says the announced cuts to NIH's life-saving health research will be felt for generations, and he encourages the administration to partner with patients, clinicians, and researchers to understand and appreciate the full impact its actions have on patients and the healthcare infrastructure. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
The reopening of 3 Mile Island is right on schedule. The Post-Gazette reports that 5 months after announcing a revival, the nuclear generating station's $1.6 billion restart plans are on track. In September, Constellation announced it had entered into a 20-year power purchase agreement with Microsoft to reopen TMI's Unit 1 reactor, which was shuttered back in 2019 for economic reasons. The company is now targeting a mid-2027 restart. On Wall Street, stocks are lower. The Dow down 171 points. The Nasdaq is down 13 points. The S&P 500 is lower by 3 1/3 points. KDK Radio News Time coming up on 12:31. Our next update's at 1 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Fabulous February savings continue at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts or tenders, $2.79 a pound. Red ripe strawberries, 1 pound containers, 2 for $4. And selected varieties of Del Grosso pasta sauce, 15 to 24-ounce jars, 2 for $3. Additional savings in our meat department: USDA Choice PA Angus Porterhouse or T-bone steaks, $10.99 a pound. And Eckrich smoked sausage or Polska kielbasa, 39-ounce package, $7.99 each. In our produce department, red or green seedless grapes are $1.99 a pound. And Fresh Express Spring Mix 50-50 blend or baby spinach, 5-ounce bags, 3 for $10. In our deli department, yellow or white Land Lakes American cheese is $5.99 a pound. In our bakery, jalapeno or garlic pretzel rolls, 4-count package, $5 each. And this week, selected varieties of Coke, Sprite, or Dr. Pepper, 6-pack, half-liter bottles, 3 for $14.
Get in on the fabulous February savings at Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
When he's good, he's thorough good. When he's bad, he's the baddest. George Thorogood and the Destroyers, the baddest show on earth. Saturday, February 22nd, the Event Center at Rivers Casino. Tickets on sale now. Visit riverscasino.com or inside Rivers Casino. George Thorogood and the Destroyers.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Asbestos-related deaths in Allegheny County are 50 to 100% higher than the national average. In a city defined by its history with steel making, many local area tradesmen and steel workers were exposed to asbestos on the job and are now suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma. If you have been diagnosed with lung cancer or mesothelioma, you may be entitled to compensation even if you smoked. For a free consultation, contact the Pittsburgh-based law firm Goldberg, Persky & White at 1-800-COMPLEX or online at gpwlaw.com.
Folds of Honor has been meeting sacrifice with hope since 2019 in Western PA. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. Their scholarship application process is officially open from February 1st until March 31st. Apply today at foldsofhonor.org/scholarships. Please consider a donation to help provide scholarships at westernpa.foldsofhonor.org. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Remaining very cold the rest of today with plenty of clouds and a high of 23. Partly cloudy for a while tonight, then cloudy late tonight with a bit of snow toward morning, low 13. Cold tomorrow with snow at times, accumulations of a coating of an inch to high 22. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Has your home or business been damaged by fire, water, or storm? Even when dealing with insurance, you have a choice who repairs and cleans up the mess. Call Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh.
The man in the yellow van, call Service Master.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, halfway through the week already. How about that? It's a Wednesday. We'll bring you up to speed as to all that's happening here. 2 to 6, Colin Dunlap, KDK.
I love these folks. Regarding our posts about Public Works not fixing the pothole yesterday, the woman fell and nearly died. Last 4 posts bashing Public Works. Now you praise them. Can't wait to see what's next. Hey, you know what a father does? I'm going to tell you what a father does. You know what a CEO does? I'm going to tell you what a CEO does. You know what a president does? I'm going to tell you what a president does. When things go wrong, you point them out and correct them. When things go right, you praise them. Huh? They kicked ass today. But the endemic problems in Public Works cannot be fixed with 4 men fixing potholes on 5th Avenue. How do I know this? My next guest, one of my boys, actually, one of my close friends, Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service. Brother, man, how are you?
Hey, Marty.
And
pretty good. How about yourself?
And the saga continues. Along the lines of what I'm discussing about the often ineptitude of Pittsburgh Public Works and their inability to do what they're hired to do, especially when it comes to snow removal and salting. Tell us what happened to you, sir, with your Greater Pitt Tree Service business. This is crazy.
Yeah, so we sold a job Monday up in Brookline, which is a very hilly neighborhood, and my salesman sold it. Then I went up an hour or two later to look at it, the access and everything, and the alley that runs behind their house and the next street over. You know, people have their garages back there and parking pads. And I said, I can't get my equipment down there until they come salt this. So they called 311 and no response. And so the residents actually salted and shoveled, like, I would say a good 100-yard stretch of the alley so they can get up out of it. And they said that's what they do all the time. And then the beginning of the alley was just a sheet of ice this morning. And I couldn't get my trucks up it, so I had to run to Gilcon on Route 88, grab 20 bags of salt, take like an hour or so to spread it, let it melt the ice so I could get my trucks up this alley so I could go to work.
Wow. So hold on. I'm trying to remember.
I'm a problem solver.
So hold on, my man. Because I threw a bunch of salt on my driveway. Was that Sunday or Monday when that all happened? That mess?
I think it was over the weekend, Sunday, yeah, because I was down in West Virginia at a football tournament. It was bad down there. When I got home, it was bad.
So I remember.
So they had.
So what I'm trying to say is, so here we are, at least 3 days in, and their streets are still a solid, thick sheet of ice, right?
Yeah, it's just a forgotten alley. I mean, I do a lot of work in the city of Pittsburgh. I grew up in the city. I live in Overbrook. You know, my street is rare to get salted. It's a dead-end street. There's only two houses on it, and the house above me's Brentwood, actually. So it's like no man's land right there. So I'm happy when it does get salted. I'd say, like, in 12 years I've been there, they've come up the street maybe 5 or 6 times. So, yeah, I mean, look, there's, you know, I don't know. I got a lot of friends that work for the city. You know, I know they go out and work hard every day. I see them out there.
That's true.
It's just, I think it comes down to management and who's in charge. You know, bottom line, like, I'm a business owner. Something's wrong with my business, whatever it is, I'm responsible for it. You know, if you're the mayor or the president or the governor and you got a problem, that's your issue. You got to figure out how to fix it. You know, it's not up to us, the residents. These people shouldn't have to go out and salt and shovel their own alley, and I shouldn't have to spend money to salt it. Like, you know, it starts from the top, and they got to figure out a way to address it because, I mean, this winter, I think we got caught with our pants down a little bit.
He's right.
Got used to the mild winters, didn't have things in place, didn't have the trucks fixed. I get it, man. It's not easy. I know what they're going through because I run a business. It's tough to maintain trucks and keep employees and pay them enough that you get an effective day's work out of them. You know, it's not easy, but if that's the job you want hired for or elected as, you better figure it out.
No, I love what you're saying. Using this as an example, you could have said, nah, I can't do this job. I'm going home. Which is what they do. They bypass projects and work. But Carlos has to feed the fam and pay the bill and cover the nut. And you're responsible and you have an insane work ethic. The city doesn't have a template for that. It's a template set up to fail. It just is. Because there ain't no boss and there ain't no template and there certainly aren't rules. If you busted a couple of your guys smoking a joint on a job, smoking a joint, what would you do with them? The city caught guys in a truck smoking weed that were supposed to be salting Negley Hill. They didn't fire them as a
You know, it's funny. I just stopped in a little convenience store in Brighton Heights, and the guy in front of me's got the city jacket on, and he's buying 2 blunts right in front of me.
No.
Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's the problem, though. I mean, marijuana is legal. It's tough with employers these days. Like my workers' comp, you know, alcohol is legal too, but you can't show up drunk to work. Weed's legal, but you can't show up smoking weed. Or they got it. The way I understand it, like with my workers' comp, you know, I test my guys, but if there was an accident and someone got hurt, and they got to drug test them, they can pinpoint like how long ago they smoked it.
Yes, they can.
And now they're given like an acceptable level that people can have in their system. But if this guy's at work at 2 o'clock smoking a joint and he wrecks that truck, you know, they figure out, you know, he just smoked it now, or I don't know how it works. It's a very tricky topic right now since they made it legal, since the state and the government figured out they can make money off of it. And then they just another shit storm that goes down on the business owners that we have to deal with when they're sitting back making all the money from it.
Carlos with Greater Pitt Tree Service. But at the end of the day, with this particular issue, for you to do your job, cutting down a tree, you had to spend money and several hours because the city failed to salt an alleyway that was a solid sheet of ice. Did it really take an hour to melt it, man?
I mean, we had to wait. It was a steep, I would say the whole process took an hour. Me running to Gilcon on 88 from Brookline, spreading the salt, letting it melt. And I'll be honest with you, this is a big job we're on. It gets dark early. This could be the difference of me not finishing this job today And guess how much it'll cost me to go back to that job tomorrow and finish it? Probably like $1,200 to $1,500. If I don't finish this job today, we bid jobs thinking, here's the price. We know we can do it in a day. I don't expect it to be held back an hour because I got to salt the city of Pittsburgh streets. So it's a domino effect for everybody. I'm sure people can't get to work, or they're late, or they wreck their cars.
And all this frustration has a guy like you literally sitting here in the studio face to face with me thinking about running for mayor because you hate how the city's rolling right now. Fair?
Yeah, I mean, look, again, the voice that needs heard is a voice that's been silent. They're just, again, now they're just catering to the same voices the last 2 or 3 mayors that are allowed to get heard. It's frustrating on our end, the working class, the middle class, people that built this city, our parents gave us that work ethic, and we just haven't had anybody that represents us. All these things I see on Facebook where the mayor and the people running for mayor are, go somewhere else for a change. You're catering to the same old people. And I guess that's what gets you elected, because only 1/3 of Pittsburgh voted in the last election. So they're just going back to that 1/3 again. Right on. And the 2/3 that's left is us. And because we don't want to get involved, or we don't know who to vote for. We don't have a candidate to vote for. It's frustrating.
My brother. Thank you, my man.
All right, Marty. Talk to you later.
It's amazing what he just said. So he had to go to the store, he had to buy 20 bags, then he had to let it melt. Cost him a couple hours, couple $100. That's not how a city's supposed to work. Before we go to this break, I want to mention this. And I wanted to mention this, that so the city opens its first, the only building skyscraper, particularly built in Pittsburgh post-COVID, right? The only one. Kind of a big deal, right? And they have their grand opening, right? Right. And everybody's supposed to be there, right? Right. And let me say this, the city and this building in particular, Hill District, the mayor doesn't show up to the grand opening. Everybody's there but the mayor. You say it's trivial, you say it doesn't matter, bull crap. Bull crap. It's a disgrace. It's embarrassing. And this is as good as it gets? I hope not.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
So, I talk Bowser all the time and how much the Bowser family has meant to us just in terms of cars. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Bowser cars. Right now, 4 Bowser cars. And it's amazing the service. It's amazing the sale. It's amazing the kindness. Fine, they take care of the Griffins. You would assume that would happen, right? So a friend comes to me, a young lady, desperate for a car, had an old beat-up Honda. True story. I sent her to Bowser looking for a Subaru. They had a dozen lined up within an hour. She went to Bowser. They gave her the best deal she'd ever seen on a car, and she called me crying. She was so happy about the salesman, about the service, about the pricing, and about the effort to make her happy, to put her in a Bowser car. I love them, folks. Why wouldn't I? They're absolutely amazing. Bowser gets it.
Happy birthday to us. 2 surprises for you. 2 surprises from NordVPN. 2 surprises for you. Celebrate twice as much with NordVPN. We have a special birthday deal. Get 72% off and a coupon for up to 1 year free. NordVPN is rated as excellent on PC Mag. Visit NordVPN.com and discover one of the most advanced VPNs in the world. What are the benefits? Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. Receive alerts if your email address leaks to the dark web. Reduce the risk of phishing, scams, and malware with NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro tool. Encrypt your online traffic and browse with more peace of mind. Get the special birthday deal at NordVPN.com. Additional terms apply. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
Loyalty has its rewards at your neighborhood Par-Mar store. See for yourself. Download the Par-Mar stores app today and find deals, coupons, and earn points to get free groceries. Dan Zangrilli reminding you that if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life, your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Hey, love is in the air, and I'm here for Universal Windows Direct. I'll tell you what, if you're not in love with the way your home feels, you got to get Windows from Windows Direct. Why? Buy two, get two free. Unbelievable opportunity. No interest on financing for 3 years, which is amazing. 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct. Hey, it's Marty. I go back 20 years with Phil DeVicente, one of the best lawyers in the country and one of my close friends. And, I mean, they handle unbelievable cases, fraud, criminal cases, big time product liability and medical malpractice cases, the experts. And Phil gets it right. We have been using him on air for nearly 20 years. GetPhil.com. 800-438-7445.
Hey, Pittsburgh, it's Andrew Filippone. It's the heart of winter, so you can expect many more days of frigid temperatures. If your heating system just isn't keeping up, it's time to call the reliable, honest experts at McVeigh Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. The heating and cooling team at McVeigh are licensed and trained to repair and install any type of heating system and any brand of equipment. Don't wait. Keep your home warm and comfortable the rest of winter. Call McVeigh Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today or schedule online. Go to callmcveigh.com.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. January was a dismal month for home builders hit by wicked winter temperatures across much of the U.S. and those Los Angeles wildfires. Combined that with high mortgage rates and high prices, housing starts plunged down nearly 10%. Apple officially unveiling the new iPhone 16e today, saying it offers, quote, powerful capabilities at a more affordable price. It starts at $599, available February 28th. President Trump says he may impose tariffs as high as 25% on imports of autos, computer chips, and pharmaceuticals that could start on April 2nd. That's weighing a bit on Wall Street today. The Dow is down 0.25%. The Nasdaq and the S&P, though, essentially flat. And the latest targets of the Trump administration's mass firings of federal workers, about 1,000 U.S. park rangers. Officials now warning the cuts could strain operation hours, public safety, and resource protection during the summer season. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Something I just heard in the break. And iPhones are very expensive. And so I noticed this new iPhone. I wanted to ask Patrick, who's kind of a guru in this stuff. So what is this called, Patrick, this new phone?
The iPhone 16e.
What's that mean even? I don't even
Well, all the
is
models this year were the 16. So I'm not sure if the E is for economy or, economical, because it's a lower end. It's not the, $1,400 iPhone 16 Pro.
Oh, I see. It ditches the home button, whatever the hell that means. Huh. The revamped entry-level iPhone is last to exchange Touch ID home button for Face ID, modern design, and a price hike.
Yeah, so this one starts at $600, where the others start at like $1,100.
That's a big difference.
Very big.
So what are they trying to do? I guess get to folks who can't afford the... I'm reading through this, folks. I paid nearly... I hate to even say it, the 16 Pro plus whatever the hell it is, it was $1,600. And you, if you get the heavy memory, whatever the hell that is, it can be higher, right?
Yeah, it adds several $100s to the cost.
And so this is what? An attempt to reach out to the cheaper folks who don't have the money.
Exactly. Especially, older folks who don't need a super, top of the line everything phone. If you're just using it to make calls and do simple online stuff, then you don't need the greatest, latest video, all that fun stuff. So you're looking at $600 entry level cost versus $1,100.
So about half.
Yeah, about half.
I would imagine it has a single 48 megapixel camera instead of a double camera, a triple on some, it says. Okay. Doesn't have a control button on the side, which the new phones do. I don't particularly care, right? Do you? I mean, I think most people, this is kind of a nice option.
No, for you and me, because we do a lot of video things in our daily lives, the video is a little more important to us. But it's not like it's doing garbage video. It's still decent video. You just don't have, 3 cameras to do, super telephoto stuff or the really up-close stuff. It's still a good basic phone. It replaced the SE models, which they did away with, I think, last year.
According to the Wall Street Journal, it has unbelievable battery capacity, which is important. Nice. 16. All right. And you can get it now? Is it out?
It's available for pre-order right now. So you can't pick it up just yet. Looks like February 28th is when they're going to start actually shipping them out or being able to buy them in the stores.
Has exceptional battery life, longest battery life of any iPhone with a 6.1-inch display. It beats the iPhone 16, which costs $200 more. Whoa. Promises up to 26 hours of video playback. The iPhone 16 manages 22 hours of video playback. Wow. According to this reviewer, it's more than that was rumored. Does more than predicted. Seems justified. Face ID, OLED display, ceramic shield. Okay. A18 processor, satellite connectivity, Apple Intelligence. Okay. Here you go. We'll see. But they're obviously, my man, for a lot of people, $1,600 is daunting.
Absolutely. I just had to replace my kid's phone, and it was either spend a couple $100 to replace the screen on a 4-year-old iPhone, or do one of these deals with the carrier and spend like $300 for a new phone.
All right, folks, there you go. Getting a lot of blowback from folks who were at this, and I know we're jumping around, but a lot of this stuff is happening as we speak. At the mayor not showing up to the opening of this new building, the first skyscraper built in downtown post-COVID, FNB Bank building, moving their headquarters. You say they're moving their headquarters here, Patrick?
Yes, some of the insiders over there told me part of the deal with opening the tower here is they're going to move their headquarters here, which makes sense. They're going to occupy several floors of the tower.
And all the dignitaries are there. It's kind of what they do. They have ribbon cutting. They all shake each other's hands. And at the end of the day, the mayor didn't show. Now, should you care? There's a pattern here. There's a pattern here. Did not show for any of the ribbon cuttings of the new UPMC hospital that's $1 billion plus because of political reasons. There's a pattern here. Who knows the gripe he has with the folks who built that skyscraper or the folks with the bank? I have no idea. Maybe something personal. Maybe he just didn't have time. But there's a pattern. When the mayor doesn't show for events, everybody notices. I'm told he is having a birthday party tonight and a campaign party. There you go. Maybe that's where he's at. Decorating tables.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020.
KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Check this out. You know, JK's my man. He's the restaurant king in Oakmont. Calls me yesterday. Says, Marty, Tuesdays at the lot, 4 p.m. to close, the lot at Edgewater. Gorgeous, gorgeous restaurant. All you can eat crab legs. Unbelievable. Snow crab clusters, salad, muffins. Delicious. All you can eat. One price. This place is unbelievable. The lot at Edgewater. You know who loves it? Mark Sorreo from Oakmont Bakery. Don't tell anyone.
Beds are us, where dreams sunk in. Beds are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 412-556-BATH.
Beds are us, where dreams sunk in. Beds are us.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you, you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 10% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 19 degrees in Pittsburgh at 1 o'clock. I'm David Bolorano. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. An exclusive announcement today on the Big K Morning Show. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has details.
The 100th anniversary Westmoreland International Air Show is set for June 21st and 22nd. Airport Authority Executive Director Gabe Monzo says they're expecting huge crowds.
We say about 100,000 people witness this every time we have a major air show, and this is going to be a big one.
And Monzo says the Canadian Forces demonstration team is performing.
The Snowbirds are a super precision team, and they do a really nice job. They've been here several times. But we also have the United States Air Force F-16.
Now, the first air show in Westmoreland County was in 1925 when the airport was called Longview Flying Field. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
Thousands of federal government employees have been given pink slips in the first month of the Trump administration. The president and his Doge chief, billionaire Elon Musk, are defending those cuts in their first joint interview. CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro is in West Palm Beach with more.
I also thought it was notable how Elon Musk said, quote, some of those employees affiliated with Doge are paid by the federal government, are considered federal employees. Hannity, in their interview, noted that Elon Musk himself is not paid for his work with Doge, but the fact that he said some raises questions about who else may not be technically employed by the federal government, but are still working with or in Doge.
Pittsburgh's newest skyscraper is now open. Construction at the 26-story FNB Financial Center began in September of 2021 in the city's Lower Hill. Yesterday, officials held a ribbon-cutting ceremony to open the $220 million tower, which will serve as the bank's new headquarters. Rich Fitzgerald, the executive director of the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission, tells the Big K Morning Show,
we're glad to have a headquarters and with Vince DeLee and FNB really planting their flag here in Pittsburgh and making sure that that growing bank, that growing institution that continues to do well provides a lot of jobs here in southwestern Pennsylvania.
There's a new CEO at Pittsburgh Paints. Brian Carson comes to the company after 30 years in the building products industry. His last gig was CEO of AHF Products. Pope Francis is spending his 6th day in the hospital. CBS News correspondent Chapman Bell says the world is watching on.
Inside this church in war-ravaged Gaza, Musa Ayed says even during his illness and treatment, he checks on his people in Gaza City, and we pray for him and wish him complete recovery. And prayers for his health in his home city in Argentina, at a series of masses in Buenos Aires. Hope that the power of prayer can help heal the Pope.
All of the Pope's public engagements have been canceled through this Sunday as his treatment continues. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 149 points, the Nasdaq is down about 2 points, and the S&P 500 is just barely on the plus side, up about 1 point. KDKA Sports tonight, Knock visits Avonworth in the WPIAL Class 4 playoffs. Coverage of our high school basketball game starts at 6 with countdown to tip-off. In college hoops, Nebraska is at Penn State, Cincinnati visits West Virginia, and Duquesne is home against Fordham. KDK Radio News Time 103, time to call Goodrich & Geist. Get the good guys. Goodrich & Geist, Pittsburgh's personal injury attorneys. Right now in Pittsburgh, it's 19 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding, with an exciting opportunity.
Normally, Larry, we offer $500 off any complete roofing and siding replacements. For the fall promotion, we're offering an additional $500 off.
Joe, that's $1,000.
That's right, Larry.
You better call today. The roofing experts, JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711, 412-829-7711. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
Fall in love with a new Hyundai from Bowser Hyundai. Lease a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE all-wheel drive for only $289 a month. Plus, get $1,000 Bowser Auto Show bonus cash on select in-stock Hyundai models. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Before you buy anywhere else, get to BowserHyundai.com. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends February 28th. Now that's the power of Bowser. Bowser Hyundai. BowserHyundai.com. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Another very cold afternoon. We'll see plenty of clouds, not much sun, the high 23. Partly cloudy this evening. Cloudy overnight with a bit of snow toward morning, low 13. Cloudy and very cold tomorrow with snow at times, accumulations of a coating to an inch, the high 22. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. Visit Pittsburgh's one and only newest Hunter Douglas Gallery at 2015 Village Run Road, 724-933-5500 or nestexpressions.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
What's up? I'm going to talk about that crash of that jet and how safe the skies are. And I want to play this interview that my cousin, who's an insanely gifted pilot, and both of his sons had to say about that particular crash, and he was spot on. But I want to ask anyone out there if they enjoy, and I mean this legit, are you okay with the dentist, going to the dentist? I've actually heard people, and you got to have a drug or alcohol problem or some kind of issue, that enjoy the dentist. I have a wonderful dentist. He's a great guy. That's fine. But I hate going to the dentist. I think it's the most aggravating, painful, annoying experience. I went through chemo, a lot of it, and radiation, a lot of it. And man, there are times when going to the dentist, like if you have to have a root canal, anyone had that done? Whoo! It's unbelievable. You know those really big fire logs that you put on your fire to start your fire if you have a wood-burning fireplace? It feels like they put one of those in your mouth, and then they start digging and cutting. How about when, and those wonderful hygienists, and that job I read is one of the most stressful on earth. But they go in there with that pickaxe, man. And you're laying there, and there's stuff flying out of your mouth. And I have multiple issues because I had direct radiation to my neck and to my face area because I had cancer on my tongue and on my tonsils. It shrunk my jaw, shrunk it. And so I have to stretch the jaw. And it's not that big, my mouth, even though you would think it's massive because I have a big mouth. And they stretch it open to put that pickaxe in there. The dentist. And check this out. Because now, during the pandemic, a number of dentists retired because they'd had enough or they were older. And a lot of hygienists said to hell with it. They have a dramatic shortage of hygienists, and it's really hard to both get into school and get through the school. By the way, a dental hygienist can make $100,000 now, and they don't want the job. So you have this perfect storm for dental patients. It sucks. Trying to take your kids there without, you have to lie to them. Oh, no, they have coloring books, yeah. I know a number of people that have to be sedated, which I find to be even more frightening. That you have to be knocked out to get your damn teeth cleaned. That's problematic, but it's a big field, sedation dentistry. And so you go in there now, and let's say you get your teeth cleaned today. What's today's date? February 19th. Let's say they don't find anything. Let's say you're cool. So this is February. The next appointment they'll have to have them cleaned again, it'll be a year. I mean, they're that short on hygienists. My girl Karen, happy birthday, Karen. Karen's been through hell. She's been through hell without getting into the details of it, but she's had a hell of a year. Today is my birthday, and I'm 69 years old, and I would rather have another child than go to the dentist. Hallelujah, sister. Pull out my fingernails. I have to be put out just to have my teeth cleaned. This is just to go under. Sedation dentistry. As soon as I hear that drill, I pass out. Whoa. So I have several issues. My jaw's too small, so it hurts like hell. I have no saliva. That's why if you're watching the stream, you see me, I always have some lozenger or chewing gum because I have no saliva, so I need moisture to talk. And when you're laying back in the dental chair, you have no saliva, and there's blood and crap from your teeth in your mouth now. It sucks. And again, I have a wonderful dentist. He was my parents' dentist. He's my kid's dentist. Right there in the heart of Lebo. Unbelievable guy. But I have seen him many times, and my man's like, hey, man, I'm close to just walking. And he told me that his son was thinking about becoming a dentist because Dad's been very successful. And his son did some math, and he said, $600,000. $600,000 to go to medical school, dental school. He said, to hell with it. So you have the perfect storm. Really tough to get into school here. I think Pitt only takes, 30 to 40 dental students a year in their school, maybe 50. There's a shortage of several thousand hygienists. Really tough job, really stressful. Think about, you're in the mouths of strangers with crap in their teeth 8 hours a day, and you've got a needle in your hand. And if they cough or move, you're done. It's rough, man. And so you have a shortage of hygienists. You have a dramatic shortage of dentists because they retired and because school's so expensive and almost impossible to get into. And my dentist, honestly, they're now open 4 days a week because of everything I just said. And add insult to it, Medicare, Medicaid reimbursements, horrible. The government says, screw you. We'll give you 60 cents on the dollar. So when the money goes, the profession changes. That's just the truth. It's a hell of an ordeal. So I'm going to the dentist. Anybody want to meet me there? Again, if the folks from the dental office, I won't even name it because they'll call them and say that Marty Griffin was saying he hates the dentist. I hate the dental process. My dentist is a wonderful, gifted man who has saved my ass. Because I had radiation to my mouth and face, it deteriorates your teeth. And there are a significant number of people who had the same cancer I had who have no teeth at all. And because I have a wonderful dentist and because he prescribed prescription toothpaste and mouthwash, which I use 3 or 4 times a day, I might have had in the last 4 years 1 or 2 fillings and have not lost 1 tooth. He has had patients in there that lost all their teeth, all of them, from radiation. So I'm headed to the dentist. Come on, meet me there. Come on. We'll BS, tell some jokes. Fill a pothole in my mouth.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen 1 too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. I love NASCO, and my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're working year-round. So while it's wintry outside, this is a great time to get your roof project going with a free estimate from NASCO. They're the region's roofing leader. Roofs are all NASCO does, and they're the only company I want on my roof with an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. NASCO's skilled teams exceed expectations. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on materials and labor. NASCO, 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000. That's NASCO.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit the store for a free test walk. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown. Good Feet arch supports are proudly made in the USA.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today. You can find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM in AM 1020. KDKA.
A lot of angst about traveling right now. A lot of angst about flying right now. I kind of sort of get it, but I don't. I mean, if you started paying attention to the number of car accidents and the number of car accident deaths, you would freak out. It's insanely crazy, the number of car accidents and car accident deaths. In terms of airline deaths, it's literally 1 in millions. But people were nervous. My brother sent me a text this morning that he was going to San Diego, a little nervous about flying. And I would imagine that most people, as you get on a plane, considering we had 4 incidents, crashes, whatever you want to call it, more than 70 deaths in the last month, that it creates a little angst. I'll tell you what I hate is the media. I saw one of the idiots on CNN, and I mean this, to suggest that these crashes have happened during the Trump administration and somehow it has to do with cuts. That's a flat-out, bald-faced lie. It's just horrible. It's just ignorant. And it makes absolutely no sense. And look, I understand that CNN has its agenda, and so does Fox and the others. But and this is Dana Bash, she's one of the CNN alleged stars. But let me say this, if I'm her boss and I hear her on the air, and she said it, blamed the Trump administration and these so-called cuts to these accidents, there is no connectivity at all. You can't even stretch that. Did they lay people off the FAA? Yeah, but it was post-crashes and had nothing to do with air traffic controllers, nothing to do with pilots. It's just irresponsible as hell. And what's happened with the media, it's become so incendiary because these folks start to think that the only way they can gather ratings, and I know Patrick pays attention to this, and I know Ryan hears it now too because he's always on looking at my feeds. And what's happened now is when senators or congressmen go on CNN, they'll say this: no wonder your ratings suck. They say it all the time now. But I'll tell you right now, if I had a host that went on the air and said that these 4 incidents in the last month were the fault of Trump cuts, I would make her apologize. You can't do that. You just can't. It's a lie. There is nothing there. We get enough rhetoric from the candidates themselves and from the president himself. And there's an ebb and flow to the news business. And if you think you're going to win by lying, I don't pick a side in terms of the news stations that I listen to. I sit there in the morning and at night. I go through everything, man. I mean, everything. News Nation, Fox, CNN, MSNBC, you name it. I just do CBS, NBC. I go through all the papers. I use the Wall Street Journal the most because I trust them the most. I don't, and I'll admit this, I don't use the New York Times. I think they went too far left. I just do. They spend too much time hating Trump, and I know Americans are resentful. I know Americans are hateful, and I know Americans feel as if Trump is screwing them. But you don't win by saying Trump sucks for the next 4 years. It's just not going to work. It just can't. And so that being said, I know a lot of folks who are flying who are nervous. Ryan, real quick, man, put your headset on real quick, please. Are you traveling this weekend?
I am, yes.
You are? You flying?
Yeah, I'm flying to LaGuardia.
And what airline?
Delta.
Oh. and I'm not laughing about this, but this is an issue. And every single person in my family that's flying is nervous. I'm not saying you're idiots for being nervous because this is all happening. And I haven't talked to you about this. Has this crossed your mind?
It's crossed my mind, but I wouldn't say I'm nervous.
Okay, and you heard, because you're there and he sets these things up, you heard my cousin, very intelligent, laid it out, right?
Yeah.
1 in a million. I'll tell you what was unsettling with what he said. So my cousin's been a pilot for almost 50 years. He's one of the highest rated pilots in the world, to be honest. Can't tell you who he flies for, but big time. Big time. And his sons are both pilots. And I wonder if you caught this, Ryan. We're going to play the clip in a second. What troubled me was, and Patrick, I've thought about this when you're in these little puddle jumpers, because you see the pilots in the front and they're really young. And my cousin confirmed this, right? His son came right out of flight training school and sat in that seat in the same jet, not the exact same jet, but the same model that crashed, right?
Yep, exactly. And
what did he say? And we're paraphrasing, Patrick, but he said it anecdotally was, they're AAA. They're not the majors.
Yeah, the smaller regional carriers, they're not the big leagues. It's where people come right out of flight school and they get their first jobs.
Yep. And so it's on-the-job training.
To a certain extent, absolutely.
So, Ryan, play this clip from my cousin who's a captain for a major airline who does insanely well from yesterday. Listen to this.
The 27-knot crosswind for that particular airplane, it didn't look like, with the way the winds were coming in, they were at 270, so they were coming out of the west. They were landing on 23, so there's a 40-degree difference, which is a crosswind. They were gusting to 35 knots from 27 to gust 35, which it's about a 14 to a 17-knot crosswind, which on a normal day, that's not a big deal.
Oh.
The problem that I saw was, and I did slow motion on the video with the TV, it looked like the pilot kind of pushed over on the nose a little bit, and that would increase his vertical velocity. So, and I heard somebody this morning talking about 1,100 feet on impact, which 1,100 feet per minute is moving towards the ground pretty quick. The average is around 700, 650 to 700. So you're almost doubling it. And so when I saw that hit, it looked like the right gear sheared off, which if it did, then the wing is the only thing out there, the next thing to go. And that's what happened. The wing crumbled. And then, of course, the wing, it contains all the fuel. And that's where you see the spark. That's where you see the flames coming out. And then because of, just the nature of the roll, then it went on its back and came to a stop. And thank goodness it didn't continue burning.
Man.
And because it's a miracle they all got out. And kudos to the flight crew, the people in the back, the flight attendants. I mean, they must have done a fantastic job getting everybody out of there.
There you have it. That nails it. That's what I've heard from every expert in America, and that's where we're at. It's literally 1 in a million, the chance of this happening. and the skies are the safest on Earth. There hadn't been a major crash like this in 15 years. So, but I want to reiterate the BS I heard on CNN suggesting somehow Trump and his administration has something to do with this. It's just ignorant. By definition, ignorant and irresponsible, quite frankly. Hey, folks, Marty here. Hey, love is in the air. And I'm here for Universal Windows Direct. I'll tell you what, if you're not in love with the way your home feels, you got to get Windows from Windows Direct. Why? Buy 2, get 2 free. Unbelievable opportunity. No interest on financing for 3 years, which is amazing. 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, Colin Dunlap, KDKA. 2025 Pittsburgh Polar Plunge is the coolest event of the year. I'll be jumping in a bunch of cold water. So come chill. Acra Shore Stadium, February 22nd. Make a splash. Support Special Olympics Pennsylvania athletes all at the same time. Every dollar raised helps support vital sports health and leadership programming for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Parking lots open at 8 a.m. Plunge Town also features music, food, activities, and much, much more. Visit yinsplunge.com to sign up today.
Zero Res wants to give your home the love and attention it deserves. This month only, get 3 rooms cleaned starting at just $119, plus the 4th room cleaned free, and $75 off your air duct cleaning. 412-701-1188.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 19 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm David Colorado.
This just in. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
On Capitol Hill, the Senate has confirmed Kelly Loeffler to run the Small Business Administration, placing a former Georgia senator in Donald Trump's cabinet. She was confirmed today on a vote of 52 to 46. Again, Kelly Loeffler confirmed by the Senate to run the U.S. Small Business Administration. A McKees Rocks man has pleaded guilty in federal court to a charge of child exploitation. The U.S. Attorney's Office says 38-year-old Brandon Jennings was in possession of material depicting the sexual exploitation of a minor. In connection with that guilty plea, prosecutors told the court that Jennings possessed more than 1,700 images and videos of sexual exploitation of children back in 2021. He'll be sentenced in June and could receive up to 20 years in prison and a fine of $250,000 or both. Women face racial disparities in the care they receive after a mammogram. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has more.
Or availability of diagnostic technologies to women of different racial and ethnic groups, significant disparities were seen in who actually received same-day diagnostic services and biopsies after abnormal mammogram findings. New research by the University of Washington found that black patients and those who live in a relatively lower median income were less likely than white patients to receive same-day biopsy at a capable facility. Same-day imaging makes a difference in a patient receiving treatment fast if they're diagnosed with breast cancer. The U.S. Preventative Services Task Force recommends that women who are 40 to 74 years old and are at average risk for breast cancer get a mammogram every 2 years. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, 2 of the 3 major indices have turned higher. The Dow is down 148 points, but the Nasdaq is now up 16, and the S&P 500 higher by about 5.5 points. KDK Radio News Time 1:31. Our next update's at 2. I'm David Colorado on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Hey, folks, it's Marty Griffin. This is important stuff. Health insurance options. You got to talk to my friends at MediConnect. They're changing the game in health insurance. Individual coverage to Medicare. They ensure that you get the most while paying the least. I've seen it. They connect you with all the insurance options in our area. Their loyalties lie with you. Their services are free. Don't call the carrier. Call MediConnect. 888-818-6334. Please, tell them Marty sent you.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi for the Power of Bowser. Fall in love with the new Hyundai from Bowser Hyundai. Lease a new 2025 Hyundai Elantra SE all-wheel drive for only $219 a month. Plus, get $1,000 Bowser Auto Show bonus cash on select in-stock Hyundai models. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 10,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Before you buy anywhere else, go to BowserHyundai.com. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends February 28th. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
When you buy appliances, they break. It's just the truth. Check this out. Voss TV and Appliance, they have their own crews, their own folks, techs that fix this stuff, and they're magnificent. Here's the other thing about Voss. Our dishwasher broke. They got a new dishwasher in our house within a week and a half. In this marketplace, in crazy weather, during crazy times. Voss TV and Appliance, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
This is the time of the year when a lot of people want to set new goals for the new year. I just sat down with Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist, Dan Bitchoff. I've known Dan for many years. He's helped a lot of people. Hi, this is Larry Richard. So what are your goals? You want to lose weight? You want to stop smoking or dealing with anxiety? A lot of people are dealing with that. Call the PA Hypnosis Center today. You can set up a no-obligation pre-consultation at 724-934-8446. Just mention KDKA. Dan will give you $100 off any gift certificate so you can gift this opportunity. And with the PA Hypnosis Center and Dan Bitchoff, he'll offer you a 98% success guarantee. So whatever your goals are, achieve them. You can by calling 724-934-8446, the PA Hypnosis Center with Dan Bitchoff. Call now.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Another very cold afternoon. We'll see plenty of clouds, not much sun, the high 23. Partly cloudy this evening, cloudy overnight with a bit of snow toward morning, though 13. Cloudy and very cold tomorrow with snow at times, accumulations of a coating to an inch, the high 22. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Fabulous February savings at Coons Market.
PA Angus Porterhouse for T-bone steaks, $10.99 a pound. Strawberries, 1 pound containers, 2 for $4. And Coke, Sprite, or Dr. Pepper, 6-pack, half-liter bottles, 3 for $14. Come see us at Coons.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
I hate this cold. These are the days when you wake up and it's dark, because I wake up at 4:30, where I hate living here. Where I would sell everything and move to anywhere in a hurricane zone, in a tsunami area, a cyclone city. I don't care when it's this cold. However, turns out we're lucky. There were temperatures as much as 50 degrees below normal around the country, including Kansas City, Oklahoma City, San Antonio, Dallas. Those folks cannot manage this at all. Mary Hours, my friend, it ain't easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy. And, it's funny is it's super, super cold for places like Texas. But, I follow so many people on social media, and they're so excited to see some flakes. And we're like, no, thank you.
No, I mean, like dangerous cold, crazy cold, right?
Oh, yeah. And, we're thankfully kind of out of the woods with it being super, super cold right now. We're gradually warming up and without the winds being super strong. it's not as cold. I think my husband asked me this morning, he goes, it's even colder this morning than yesterday morning. I'm like, correct for the actual temperature, but we didn't have winds making it feel like 10 to 15 degrees below zero. So that's why we didn't have a delay, because the winds, I mean, they matter so much.
So what I'm seeing now by watching that we're going to get a little snow, not a lot. Is that fair?
Yeah, a little snow tomorrow. I think the biggest thing, it's going to be during the morning commute. So by the time, buses are getting going, it's going to be about a half of an inch. And then through the afternoon, we could get a few snow squalls and a few quick bands of heavy snow. So totaling across the region could be about 1 to 2 inches. The biggest areas are going to be the Laurel Highlands and the ridges through early into Friday morning. That could pick up about 2 to 4 inches. So it's more so just going to be a nuisance, and it's, during the evening commute, if we get those heavy bands, and then with wind gusts, reduced visibility, it could have a few of those slick roads, any untreated surfaces.
Mary Hours. Hey, Mary, so then what? Warmer finally?
Then it's warmer. Then it is warmer. I was just looking, too, into next week, and I'm like, ooh, we could get to 50 for some areas next week. Nice. So the 40s definitely, upper 30s though for the weekend. Next week, 40s for certain. So it's coming, briefly. We'll get a little bit warmer.
One of the most beautiful things I get to see on social media is you singing with your daughter. I love that love. The charm and the bonding, and when she's your age, she'll value those videos. It's good stuff, really. And she can sing.
I'm actually going to read some weather books to her today too at her class. I'm surprising her.
And you kind of have an entertainer background and you're singing a lot. Aren't you singing this weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where? Is it the winery?
Friday night. So it'll be at Pittsburgh Winery Friday night.
Okay. She can sing. Patrick, have you heard her? He knows.
Oh, I've seen Mary.
Patrick knows.
And is your daughter a singer?
She tries to. Yeah, I think she needs to get a little more training, but she certainly likes to belt out some Wicked, that's for sure.
And it's great for her confidence. Mary, thank you, and thanks for the forecast. Yes. You're the best. The best.
No problem.
A fantastic talent. And quite frankly, there's two kinds of employees. There's the employees that light up the room, and there's the employees that turn the lights out in the room, take the energy out of the room, suck the oxygen out of the room. Mary lights up the room. It's very unusual. Speaking of employees we love, how about that transition? Sean, what's up?
How are you, Marty?
Sean Horn, MediConnect. Your boy is down, isn't he?
Yeah, unfortunately, Lance got a little bit of the flu that's been flying around on everybody. So happy to step in and have a quick conversation with you. It's been a little while, although I'm not going to sing like Mary's offering to, so I hope you'll work with me.
She can sing, man. Hey, very important time for Medicare folks, is it not?
It really is. I mean, we're very busy helping out a lot of people right now, and some of the biggest things that we're helping around relate to people who are getting on a Medicare for the first time. Yep. And we're back to our community seminars and everything, and we're getting a lot of questions through our website in that direction as well.
So here is the question, because this happened to me, turning 65. Some people just blow this off. Not a good idea, is it, sir?
No, and honestly, it's because blowing it off one way or another can cost you more money. So if you enroll earlier than you should, you're going to unnecessarily pay for Medicare. But then if you don't enroll when the government thinks you should, it's very likely you're going to be penalized. And unfortunately, those penalties never go away. So we want to really make sure that that's not your reality.
Explain both of those. So people actually enroll before they should?
Yeah, typically what we see, and this is usually when somebody's been on Medicare for a number of years, unfortunately, unbeknownst to them, they get information from a neighbor or a coworker who says, hey, you need to get on to Medicare now because you're turning 65. Meanwhile, that employee might still want to continue working and still be able to remain covered under their group plan. In that scenario, they don't need to get on to Medicare yet, and they have just picked up Medicare unnecessarily, which is then, again, like I said, going to cost them a little bit of money per month. in their Part B premium at least. And then there's also the other side of it where, people say, I don't want to pay for Medicare just yet. I'm healthy. Or, maybe I think I have a plan that's just as good and I'm going to let that roll. Well, if you don't get on a Medicare when the government believes that you should, and I can break that down for you, but if that doesn't happen, they're going to, assess a penalty on you that can last the remainder of your lifetime.
What do you mean? What do you mean? So you die?
Yeah. So let me give you a couple of examples.
Yeah,
so certain people that will fall into that category, you turn 65 years old and you remain on COBRA instead of getting on a Medicare as you should, or potentially you're covered by a retiree plan that Medicare does not call creditable. So in order to avoid a penalty, you have to have what they call creditable coverage. And by that manner, they simply mean you're covered by your employer and you are still working, whether that be you or your spouse. Once you're outside of that scenario, that's when we really start to worry about penalties for the people that we help.
Might be a dumb question, Sean, but why wouldn't someone tell someone, hey, man, you signed up too soon? Why wouldn't someone call you and say, hey, you got to sign up now, you're just on your own? Wow.
So the downside to Medicare, Marty, is that, all through your working life, you had your HR department helping you out and really helping you pick plans and, address your healthcare needs in a group setting. So your HR or your benefits administrator, they're taking care of that for you. When you get to Medicare, there's no HR department anymore. So a lot of people out there who profess to be experts or they have a little bit of experience because they went through the Medicare process themselves, sometimes they may not give the best advice. And we've seen it time and time again where, like I said, people will enroll too early. And then there's another component to that that's troublesome, which is if you enroll too early, you're going to blow past what's called your initial enrollment period eligibility. And in that, you are guaranteed approved on whatever healthcare plan you want. So if you go through that and you don't pick up a health plan to coordinate with Medicare, you're really missing out on an opportunity to, have the world at your fingertips when it comes to the type of healthcare plan that you want. So it really would behoove people to talk with an expert around when to get on to Medicare and when to push it off.
My man, Sean Horn, thanks, brother, of MediConnect. They got the answers. The smartest in the game, 888-818-6334. 888-818-6334. Sean, thank you, sir. Great job, man.
Thank you.
Wow. It's important stuff.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L. It works.
Paid for by government. Now is the time to fill your vault with Morgan Silver Bars. Grab your piece of America's silver legacy with this special offer. These spectacular shining silver bars featuring a crisp image of the iconic Morgan Silver Dollar, a legendary coin that has captivated collectors for generations. Call now to secure 1-ounce silver bars minted in 99.9% pure silver and made in the USA. Don't miss out on this special deal, regularly priced at $49.95, but for a limited time, only $39.95. Save $10 per silver bar. Limit of 25 bars per customer. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to $250 in savings and free shipping on every order. Plus, with qualifying orders, you'll receive a free Morgan Silver Dollar. That's a $59.95 value, free. Call 1-800-386-7195 now to secure your 1-ounce Morgan Silver Bars for only $39.95. That's 1-800-386-7195.
Ever feel like there aren't enough hours in the day? If you get busy or miss your favorite show, don't worry. With Freewind, available exclusively on the free Odyssey app, you can stream your favorite shows on demand. You know your day is better with us. Get the news that matters to you from the local voices you trust. No matter what you're up to, give it a try. To get started, download the free Odyssey app and search for your station. That's AUDACY.
Hey, folks, when Robert Pierce and Associates started 40 years ago, they focused on clients and the principles that the client should never be charged unless their case is won. That promise remains the foundation of that firm's work today. Led by managing partner Rob Pierce, love him. The family-owned firm is dedicated to helping friends and neighbors in the fight against negligence, wrongdoing, and abuse. With a team of skilled professional injury attorneys and legal professionals, the firm provides compassionate, experienced representation to injury victims and their families from personal injury and nursing home abuse. They're absolutely amazing. Robert Pierce and Associates has been serving the communities across the city, the state, and the region, committed to insurance, full and fair compensation for those who have suffered losses. Rob Pierce and Associates. Call today for a free, no consultation right now. 2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times, but when you need us, we're here for you, and we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It used to be the sole function for a kitchen was food preparation. We cooked in the kitchen and we dined in the dining room. But times have changed, and although today the kitchen is still where we cook, it's also where we share meals, have an important family conversation, and even help the kids with their homework.
That's right. Today's kitchens are multi-use areas and should be designed accordingly. And that's where we come in. Petite Kitchen and Bath will make your new kitchen a warm and inviting place for family and guests alike. We'll make it supremely functional and beautiful.
You know, they say the heart of any home is the family kitchen. Make your kitchen great. Discover why generations of satisfied customers have chosen Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center.
Visit our showroom on Route 50 or call us at 412-279-2222. Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Tom Kelly's carbon fiber mountain bike. Because more than riding his carbon fiber mountain bike, Tom loves telling people about his carbon fiber mountain bike. Friends, family, even a local barista knows about his carbon fiber mountain bike. And that's why Tom's carbon fiber mountain bike, if you haven't heard about it, is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Governor Josh Shapiro yesterday nominated a former Beaver Area School District Superintendent as the Secretary of the Pennsylvania Department of Education. Carrie Rowe is Deputy Secretary for the Office of Elementary and Secondary Education. Rowe, who has more than 25 years of experience in education, had been Beaver Area School District Superintendent for 6 years before departing in January of 2022 to join the State Department of Education. If approved by the state Senate, Rowe would succeed Khalid Moomin, who left in November. Also, Worcester & Associates is moving into the city after more than 50 years of operation as a transportation consulting and engineering firm, long based in Crafton. The company announced it has moved its headquarters to the People's Center on the North Shore. The mixed-use building originally developed 20 years ago for Del Monte, that's owned by Bacini Poland Group, the development partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins on the Lower Hill. In an announcement, the firm called the location the perfect location to support the company's mission of delivering innovative traffic and civil engineering solutions for a new office of about 5,800 square feet for a staff of 17, 15 of which work directly for Worcester and 2 of which work for Red Tree, an affiliated firm, with the expectation of using the space to add more engineers and business development associates. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
A lot of folks ask me, a lot of folks comment about the closing of Salem's, depending on who you know and who you're talking about the store. And the owner, and the angst, and the food desert, and all that stuff. A multitude of things happened, and I'm telling you this as someone who knows him extremely well. I would call him a good friend. I love him. Abdullah Salam, he's a family guy. He's a Pittsburgh guy. He loves his town. He loves food. He loves taking care of people. His number one priority in life is taking care of the community. And to be blunt, the stress of trying to make a profit in the grocery business is insurmountable for even the big box stores. Believe what you want. Claim what you want to claim. The fact is, the big box stores make, and I mean this, you can do your own research, they make less than 2% profit. During the pandemic, it was a little higher, but not anymore. And the massive, massive stores like Walmart, they jack with the Giant Eagles of the world. When a Walmart supercenter goes in near a Giant Eagle, the Giant Eagle sales drop by 25% immediately. So think about, you're a small family-owned business and you try to open and compete with that on price. It's next to impossible. He had an onerous lease, an onerous sale price. There's been a lot of rhetoric about theft. Yes, they had significant theft. They just did. However, one of my boys, close friends, is in the shrink business in a big time, big box food chain. He said, Marty, it's every store, it's everywhere. And we don't know what the hell to do. But when you're a small operator and you get theft added on to the cost of paying your loan, they run a store at Carnegie Mellon, quite frankly. They run the store on the Strip, which is insanely good. Salem's is an amazing place. That's how they got grooving. And the walls came tumbling down, and he had to close. Without getting into the minutia of it, I spent a lot of time with him and some big players in town here to try to make it work, because he wanted to make it work because he loves his town. He promises to come roaring back. He's a hell of a man. I was in that store a lot. Wonderful people, unbelievable employees. So blame it on the folks in the neighborhood. That's on you. That's your problem. But the truth is, there have been now 7 stores in that space, and it's just hard, man, for an independent grocer in any town to make a living against the big box stores and prices. It's just the reality of the business. And it's painful to watch, because I was around him a lot, and my man works his ass off and loves to help people and loves to make great food and loves to take care of the community. And that, for now, has been thrown against the wall. But he will be back, and he will be wonderful. The store, the Carnegie Mellon store, is still open, doing extremely well. The Strip District store still open, doing extremely well. He's a wonderful man. It's a wonderful family. They did the best they could, and they could no longer afford to stay open. That's just the truth of the matter. Nothing more than that. Blame it on whoever you want, but market conditions make it nearly impossible for the small operator to survive and, in fact, thrive at all. It's crazy.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.